Well, good evening and welcome to Oil City Football. Tonight, the Oilers host the Conneaut Eagles here at the oil field, and we welcome you to tonight's broadcast. Our coverage of this semifinal round of the District 10 tournament is brought to you by the following sponsors. We'll get to those in just a second. Oilers are 6-0. The Eagles are 3-2. Class 4A semifinal round here. And those great sponsors allowing us to be here tonight to bring you tonight's live coverage. The Oil City Area Education Association. By Marsh Heating and Cooling. By Pathways, your pathway to success. By the Blue and White Athletic Boosters. Additional sponsors tonight include Anderson Physical Therapy, Pennsylvania Hardwoods, Dr. Timothy Brooks, and True Value Hardware in Franklin. And we'll bring in our crew here tonight. Jim Bodemer, Steve Bodemer, Bill McCrillis, Dave Bodemer. Camera operators tonight include Adam Bodemer and Gavin Griffin, and I am Luke Rio. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Semi-final round here at the District 10 tournament.
Well, you know, we've been waiting for this for quite a little while. I thought about it, Luke, back on Tuesday when we first started talking about coming down here and doing this ball game, because we watched Oil City, we've watched Conneaut, both ball clubs this year. And Steve, these are two pretty good football teams, and this is going to be a really good matchup. 28-13 in the last outing, Oil City over Conneaut. But when you're playing for all the marbles, things change a little bit. So it should be a really good ball game.
Yeah, it does. This game here is a first round or a semifinal round of the District 10. Oil City been here the last couple of years. They're repeating District 10 champions, so they've got a little bit of experience under their belt. Cache has been a playoff team in the past, so they're not really new to the playoff system. This will be an interesting little ball game. These two have played once before already. Oil City getting the better of Cache, so Cache is going to have revenge on their mind. Oil City wants to redominate this ball game.
How crazy is it that this was very close to being that rematch of the District 10 championship game last year with Meadville? About a minute to go in that game last Friday night. Meadville marched down the field and scored the touchdown to win, and they're playing Harbor Creek, which sets off a whole other set of scenarios
going on, yeah.
Because had it been Meadville had to cancel school this week, which is why Meadville's not playing tonight. They're playing Monday night. So this game would have been postponed.
Yeah, this game would have been postponed. And it just right now, that's just kind of the situation high school athletics are falling under. You've got to worry about the virus, and everybody's trying to be as safe as they can be, and it makes you change things on the fly.
Well, one of the nice things about the whole thing, Steve, is we can come down here tonight up to the Meadville ball game Monday night, should we desire. So both scenarios going to make it work good for you and I.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun, the fact that they're playing on different nights allows for a lot of people who enjoy high school sports, and if you get lucky enough where the weather stays the way it is now, they're going to be traveling to a lot of different ball games if they can get in. So hopefully things clear up and people can get to these various playoff games, because this is when it gets really interesting for high school football. The playoffs come, a little bit of intensity rise, a little bit more pressure, so it should be a good ball game.
Looking forward to this one. It's going to be really neat. You can hear the band coming in. Glad to have crowds back in the stadiums again, and that's going to add a great deal to it also. So the whole sense of playoff football is really ideal. You mentioned the weather. It's fantastic. We have 75, 78 sometime during the day today. So.
Well, we're looking at mostly clear skies right now, 71. However, things could change much later tonight. There's a chance of isolated thunderstorms, but temperatures, Jim, as you're saying, are only going to drop to about 68. So it's going to be a warm evening.
Well, and according to the weather service that I got up on my phone, the rain may not come in here to about 10 o'clock, and the style of offense that both these teams want to run is a running game, which means that clock's going to run. This ball game could be a very quick ball game under those circumstances.
We're going to talk about the last time these two teams met up in just a little bit, but first let's kind of break down. We got to see both these teams in the regular season. We covered Titusville. Titusville played both these squads. So let's go back a couple weeks to when Titusville went to Conneaut and played them. What was your take on that Conneaut team, Steve?
Well, Conneaut, again, is ground-oriented. They're pretty good size up front, and they move well. Now, they don't have blazing speed, but they do have some good speed. Titusville played them pretty well. We go back to that ball game. We thought that was the first ball game Titusville actually had a physical presence. They made some good plays. They do and can throw the ball. They caught us a couple of times in that respect. Defensively, again, they're stout. They hit. And they tackle well. So this is it's a well-rounded football team. Unfortunately for Cache, they're not very deep. So injuries tonight could be a problem if somebody goes down.
Like last Friday.
Yeah. Again, Cache, their starting quarterback, will not be in the lineup. He's not even dressed tonight. Got hurt last week in that ball game with Meadville. So he's not even dressed for tonight. So he's really hoping his team wins. So he has a chance. Hopefully, he has a chance to put the pads back on. But tonight, Cache is going to start. He's got some experience. He's not. It's not like he's never taken a snap before. He took a lot of snaps in the Meadville game last week. He took some snaps in the Titusville game. So it's not like he has no experience. So I don't think they're going to drop off a whole lot offensively. Again, this is a ground-oriented attack.
We watched him play at the Meadville game on TV, and he looked pretty good, Steve. Like you said, they don't throw the ball a lot. They get that the big back in Max Lewandowski, who is about 230-pound massive man. So they do like to run the ball. However, Peter Gold, who the quarterback tonight, did throw the ball pretty well against Meadville. So if they have to air it out, he's not afraid to. He's a senior, so he's had some snaps over the years.
Before we talk about Oil City tonight, and then we're going to actually recap that Week 3 game between these two and see how tight things were, let's get down to the field real quick to Bill McCrillis here tonight, who's on our wireless mic. Bill, as we were saying, a beautiful night for high school football.
Yeah, it's clouding up just a little bit, but other than that, it's really, really nice. The wind's blowing, not really hard, but I think you can hear it once in a while. Nice crowd over here on the Oilers side, really nice crowd. So we're in for a pretty good ball game, we hope.
And Bill, you've been on the sidelines for both Conneaut and Oil City. Give us your take from what you saw on the field, just in terms of how the teams were prepared for the games.
Well, I think Oil City has a little bit of advantage tonight. I really do. They seem to be, numbers are on their side, that's for sure. And in comparison to the last games they played, I'm going to go with the Oilers, guys. I'm going to go with them.
Well, one of the things about Oil City on top of all of that, number one, as Steve mentioned earlier, Luke, they're coming back as two-time District 10 champions, so they have that experience going for them, but they're playing it at home. And, we've been around Oil City for a lot of years, and they play very well when they play here, and they get that crazy old Derek down there siren going. It's just a home field advantage. It's going to have, I think, a big impact upon the game tonight. Somebody who's going to be keeping track of stats tonight is Dave Bodemer. Dave, you're with us here. You've been following, our coverage all season long, but your thoughts, you didn't get to see Conneaut in person, but you did get to see Oil City, and your take on what you saw.
I was real impressed with Oil City when we saw them the first time. I'm really looking forward tonight to see the game in the trenches and who's going to win the line play. When you've got two teams that want to run as much as they do, I would like to see just, how those lines play and who can get their backs open to the next level and everything. And with the wind the way it is, blowing left to right in front of us, if they do try to throw, might have some trouble throwing into this wind. So I think the line play is going to be real important tonight again. David, you speak of line play. Cache is quite a bit smaller in terms of the line. They're going to average about 210, 220, and Oil City's come in with a 265-pound average. So, yeah, there's a significant difference in weight, but that doesn't mean a lot in terms of quickness. So that's going to be an interesting part of the game. Yeah, if they can fire off the ball and quite honestly, just turn their man a little bit. They don't have to blow them off the line. They just got to create a little bit of a crease. Then it's that back's job to hit that hole hard and see what he can get.
So somebody was asking us, how is it then that Oil City's playing Cache tonight? We should mention that Harbor Creek undefeated so far this season. Oil City undefeated. They're the top seeds.
They're the top seeds in this 4A bracket, yeah. And you think about the brackets, it's kind of a north-south thing. Up north, Harbor Creek, and I think General McLean in their region were the only two 4A schools, whereas you had Oil City, Cache, Franklin, and Meadville were all 4A schools. Titusville actually a 3A school playing in that because of the COVID restrictions, the travel restrictions. They tried to keep everybody as close to home as possible. So you don't have the top two of the two 4A regions playing yet. That's the way the playoffs are designed. So Oil City is playing Cache tonight. One of the reasons there is General McLean opted out of the playoffs, and that put Cache back in it. So that's why these two are going to play again tonight.
All right, guys, we're going to take our first time out. When we come back, we'll actually revisit that Week 3 game between Oil City and the Conneaut Eagles here tonight. Thanks so much for joining us. Kickoff tonight at 7 o'clock. Our coverage will continue right after this timeout. When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide supplier of high-quality logs and lumber located along Titusville Road in Pleasantville. Pennsylvania Hardwoods purchases standing timber and logs and some of the world's highest quality hardwood, which is growing right in your backyard. For a free appraisal, call Pennsylvania Hardwoods at 814-590-6730.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Franklin True Value. Behind every good project is your Franklin True Value. And welcome back to Oil City High School, the Oil Field, as the Oilers host the Cache Eagles here tonight. Jim Bodemer, Steve Bodemer, Bill McCrillis, Dave Bodemer, Luke Rio, along with Adam Bodemer and Gavin Griffin with you here tonight. Steve, let's go back and look at that matchup from what seemed like forever ago.
Yeah, it does seem like it was a while ago, and that was when Oil City came to town. There you see their season records. 72-0 looks a little worse than what it really was. Titusville at the time, at the end of the first quarter, was really down 2 scores, 16-0, and we're playing well. But then I think the power of Oil City's team started to open up things and just opened up holes that Oil City could run through. They made some nice pass plays against Titusville as well. They're a balanced attack, and they're a strong football team. It's going to be interesting, like Dave said, who's going to win the trenches in this game between Cache and Oil City. There are the stats coming into the Week 3 matchup. Again, passing yards, only 94 for Oil City, but Cam Russell, 111 yards. Stack with 72 more. Receiving-wise, you had Cole and Stallman both about the same amount there. So, again, they're very, very stout up front. They'd like to run the ball over 200 yards in this game in Week 3.
You know, one of the things I was looking at when they were warming up out here, Steve, was Cam Russell. Seems to be, we watched him, of course, against Titusville, ran very well against Titusville, but very strong runner. Comes in at 195 pounds, but he seems to be very strong in the legs. But the thing that got me against Titusville is how quick he was once he come off that tackle. Everybody ran wide on Titusville this year, but when Cam come off that tackle, off-tackle play, once he got in the open, he just seems to have the speed to go with that 195 pounds.
When against Conneaut in week 3, he carried the ball just 13 times, but had 111 yards on those 13 carries. That's over 8 yards a carry. Yeah, he is. Once he gets loose, he's tough to catch, and he's hard to bring down. He's not afraid to run between the tackles. He's a straight-ahead runner. He just sees a hole, cuts it, and away he goes, and he's hard to bring down.
I was wondering what difference it'll make, too, and we looked at the lineups here. You have Braden Crocker going over to tight end. He was a fullback when we saw him play, and they brought Zach Kiefer in at fullback at 195 pounds. I wonder what the difference is going to be there. The other thing I wondered about in that whole thing, you and Dave can answer this probably, Crocker's 6'2", 226. We've been very impressed with him the last couple of years. Why move to tight end? Is that because of the running game, or does he have some other reason for having Crocker there? How are they going to use him?
Well, that'll be interesting because, like I say, they're ground-oriented. He's used to being in the fullback position, but they may be worried about a defensive end or an outside backer for cash. And so what they did is they're going to move Crocker up to the tight end position to try to help maybe maintain the defensive end or maybe an outside linebacker. And he may be, because he is mobile, he may be a little bit better able to try to seal that edge and get their running backs wide and down the field.
Well, it's really too bad they had to move a 6'2", 226 man into the tight end spot, and they had to move out a 6'3", 282 man from that spot to move him into tackle. So, well, what a nice problem to have.
Well, yeah, and that's if you've got those kind of numbers, making those moves are pretty cut and dry, pretty easy to do. And, he may start that way. He may find out he'd be further ahead to move him back into that fullback position as a lead blocker. We'll see how that plays out as the night goes on.
Bill, you were down on the field watching the teams warm up. Your thoughts before we head into the game tonight?
Interested in how the kicking game goes tonight. I was watching the boys warm up for Oil City. Punter's not doing really well. Short-legging the ball a little bit, but I think it's going to be a rough game, boys. I think that I'm still sticking with the Oilers, though.
I'm watching, and you're saying about the wind situation. I'm just looking at the flags.
Exactly, yeah. And Oil City was kicking into that wind in warm-ups, but they're blowing pretty good downfield, so I'm just wondering how much that wind's going to affect the passing and the kicking game yet tonight.
Well, there's a guy that's full of wind, Dave Bodemer, who's up on top. Dave, your thoughts on how that could affect the kicking game?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm about ready to write a poem up here. I mean, I was out here with Adam on top of the press box looking over the hillside and the changing of the fall leaves and this and that, and I got to get back into coaching because this is just not good this way. But another thing that it'll be play calling. When you get near the end of a quarter or so, and you got wind to contend with, you might want to take a timeout to run another play before the wind or after. Depending on if it's at your back or not, it can play in there a few different ways. I don't know with kickoffs and such. I noticed Cash was doing a lot of squib, even some onside practice earlier in warm-ups. And if they've got Oil City, especially with some dangerous return men, they might want to keep it short and away from them anyways. So wind wouldn't be a factor for that. But you get into that punting game and field position for Cash. Field position is going to be more important, I think, for them than Oil City. So.
All right, National Anthem coming up. We'll take a quick timeout here. Kickoff coming up at 7 o'clock here tonight. When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide supplier of high-quality logs and lumber located along Titusville Road in Pleasantville. Pennsylvania Hardwoods purchases standing timber and logs and some of the world's highest quality hardwood, which is growing right in your backyard. For a free appraisal, call Pennsylvania Hardwoods at 814-590-6730.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Franklin True Value. Behind every good project is your Franklin True Value. Yeah, welcome back here tonight. Oil Field, Oil City High School. Marching bands out on the field, and kickoff coming up here in about 7 minutes or so. So we'll kind of get everybody's final thoughts. Steve, we had a graphic up on the screen. Again, every game's different, especially high school football, but to show you how tight that last matchup was between these two clubs.
Well, there's their scores by quarter. Oil City off to a quick start 14-0, but Cash answers back in the second quarter and makes it 14-13 at the half. Then you've got the halftime, and it's just a matter now of adjustments, and then it becomes a matter of stamina. Oil City comes out and scores twice again in the third quarter, opens up a 28-13 lead, and then holds Cash scoreless in the fourth as well. So a little bit of adjustments probably there, maybe a little bit of stamina as well. Like we said, Oil City's big. They can wear you down.
The other thing with that that you don't see is the fact that Cash started a week later. So they didn't play that first week.
That's right. And that's, it's been a crazy year, so it's just a matter of trying to play your best on the night you get to play.
All right, before we get to kickoff here tonight, let's give everybody's final thoughts. We'll go down to the field to Bill McCrillis. Bill, final thoughts before kickoff.
I don't know. I'm looking forward for a good game out of both sides tonight. And, oh, by the way, guys, Cash won the toss, and they will defer.
Excellent. Dave?
I'm just looking for some hard-hitting football here tonight. It's a beautiful night for a game like this, and nothing beats playoff atmosphere, so this will be a fun one.
Steve?
I agree with Dave. I'm looking to see two teams. I think they're going to butt heads. They've played each other before, so there's really no surprises here. I think the first thing both teams try to do is strap it on and come get each other.
Who are we missing? Oh, yeah, Jim.
He's here someplace. Hey, I'll tell you, I'm looking for Mario Fontanonzo. I want to see him play tonight. I watched him. It's pretty hard for you doing play-by-play to watch specific players because you watch the ball so much. But this young man comes in here, highly rated, 6'2", 295, and I'm just waiting to see what he does in that front line. So it's going to be a rock and sock'em game. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All righty, guys, kickoff just moments away from Oil City. It's the Oilers and the Eagles. Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the PIAA on Stream TV. We are here at the Oil Field tonight, the semifinal round between the Oilers and the Cash Eagles. Oilers 6-0 on the season. Eagles 3-2. Well, maybe some isolated thunderstorms later tonight. We're hoping we can get the game in before that. And we're excited to be here this evening. Jim, we'll send it to you.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it rains, you better move her up there because I'm coming up.
Oh, no. you had your shot. You're like, we don't.
Yeah, you're going to get your shot too, buddy, when I come up. Hey, I was sitting here thinking, when we were on our break and I took my headset off, it was like you couldn't hear a thing out there. There's 800 people sitting here around me, and you couldn't hear a thing during that break. I thought they must be listening to our program. They're not very interested. I don't know. Hey, one of the great things that's going to happen here is we're going to fulfill something we talked about, Luke, back in the summertime when we was talking about fall football and so on. We mentioned that probably before the season's over, we'll be following the Oil City Oilers into the playoffs, and here we sit. And they come in here to take on this Cash Ball Club. So this is going to be a good ball club. It's going to be a team that can really go after you, and as Dave and Steve have been talking about, it's going to be who wins the trenches. It's going to come right down to that, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Well, we can see that teams are coming onto the field, and we're getting ready to get this thing started. It'll be interesting, the choices that they made to defer and the kick directions and see how that plays out if the wind keeps up or gets stronger as the game goes on. But both teams are on here. I think now their nerves are starting to get them a little bit. They're anxious to get going, so we'll see how this thing plays out. But I look for a very tough physical ball game here tonight.
One of the things that is going to be interesting to find out is whether or not David's prediction about, and I think it can be right on, the play calling at the end of a quarter, at the end of the half, especially with the wind playing as it is tonight, this toss of the coin type of thing is the kickoff, and who gets the ball at the beginning of the third quarter can come into that whole thing that David was talking about, that scenario of play calling at the end of the quarter into the half. That'd be fun to watch that. I can't believe that he's right about that, Steve, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt until we see what happens with it.
Well, it very well could. But the thing I have as far as the ball going in the air is
point counterpoint. Go ahead.
Is that neither one of these teams, at least from what we have seen, and granted we've only seen each one of them once,
right,
have a tendency to throw the ball deep. So most of them are short, that 10, 15, 20-yard passes. If somebody decides to go deep, the wind will be at their back would be my guess.
Luke, can I reclaim some of my time, please? I'm on the clock here. Can I reclaim some time?
The floor is yours.
Now, what you got? No. And I think Steve's right, though. If you want to go deep, it's going to have to be when that wind's at your back. And, maybe we're going to see a couple things that coaches haven't done all year and maybe try to take advantage of that. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
And that's interesting, Dave, because I thought about this a little bit today.
Really?
Cash knows. Yeah, I did. And Cash, like I said, they've played before. Cash got beat. And I'm wondering if the coaches might be thinking, let's see if we can't surprise them a little bit, maybe get our passing game going early in the game. And that would be an interesting strategy for them to try, particularly when their starter is out and they're playing with a backup.
Well, that's why I was wondering about Braden Crocker being moved over to the tight end's position. With the wind the way it is, they throw that short out to that tight end. He's a heck of a running back, too, even though he's a strong blocker. So that was the thought I had with him being moved over to tight end. But maybe it's more the blocking scheme, Steve, as you talked about, but we'll find out.
Flip side, Jim, we always talk success breeds success. Dan York has taken these teams to the championship every year, the last handful of years, and I'm sure he's got his team prepped, and I think he's got players that are ready to go.
Well, I'm sure he does, and this is a good football team. Granted, we saw them in Titusville. They stomped on us pretty good up there, but as Stephen referred to, we played pretty good the first quarter, but their strength is just incredible. Going across the line, Solomon 173, Angros 282, Fontanonzo 295, Schiffers 205. He's the smallest guy out there. Wellicher is 281, DeGroat 295, and Crocker 226. That's a big front line in a high school game. So I think they're going to have a lot to say about this whole ball game.
Well, and the interesting thing we can relate to that is your grandson's, my son's senior year at Titusville. They had a center 250, guards at 245 and 260, and two tackles, both of them 6'5", 310 pounds.
Right.
So we know what it's like. The advantage is when you've got some big boys up front.
We talked about the onside kick, too. I think David was bringing that up. I think it's Cash that, if I've read it correctly over the season, in fact, Oil City's going to move their second line up about the 40. I think they do a lot of that short kicking.
Well, the way he's got the ball on the tee, the way the ball's sitting on that tee there, I'd be a little surprised, but you never know. He's got a 6-4 set there, so.
Well, we're going to see what they do. We're all set to go. Ball's teed up.
A little bit.
And it's going to be that short squib kick, and it's going to be recovered by Oil City at about their 37, so that's where they put it in place. So that's what they're going to do. They squib it a lot. I had forgotten about that until Dave mentioned it.
Well, and that's, it's surprisingly they didn't, the front guys on that, you got to be careful because a lot of times we've seen it happen where they kick off and it's low and it gets hit. Here's the starting lineups. Unfortunately, we're going to throw the Oilers defensive starters up here. But a lot of these kids that you're seeing here are on offense as well.
Holden Stahl will start at quarterback.
If we just label those right.
Yeah.
We'll fix that.
Kiefer at fullback, and we have Cam Russell in the backfield. The ball's pitched back to Russell, goes across the left side. He's out across the 40, and breaks to the outside. He's at the 50, 45, 40. Look out, 20 and down about the 19. Yeah, that's what he does when he gets to the outside.
Kudos here. Here's the offensive lineup. Stahl, quarterback. We'll watch him. Cam Russell, the running back. There you see the other receivers here. Angros, Reliker, Schiffer, Fontanaza, and DeGroat, the big boys up front. You can see what they can accomplish. One of the things on that last play, though, Dave, I wanted to note is the quarterback was a lead blocker on that toss.
Yeah, some people get a little nervous letting them lead the way, but in this that kind of a pitch play, that's just an extra blocker you have.
Dakota comes wide to the right, pitch back again to the big back. Cam Russell's on the ball's on the floor, on the field, and it's going to be Cash with the fumble recovery. Russell took it up the middle, had the ball knocked out of his hands, recovered by Cash.
Well, one of the problems I think you had there at this time, the quarterback working as a lead blocker was a little bit late picking his guy up and kind of stopped suddenly as Cam tried to cut up inside of him. Here you'll see the quarterback right there trying to get the tackle, and a little bit of pressure from the inside, the quarterback not letting him get outside, and that ball comes loose. Cash now with a big opportunity here.
They'll put Grover wide to the left, and watch Zachary Walker all the way to the right. Been a primary receiver for this ball club when they do throw it. And they got a change in the backfield. We'll catch that number here in a second. Ball's given off to tailback, going back to the right side. He's out across the 30 to about the 31 maybe.
That's number 26, guys.
Yeah. Oh, that is like Lewandowski. My fault. Lewandowski with a carry.
There you see, I think it was Holden Stahl in on the tackle as well as a couple of linemen here. It'll be hard to, with these pile-ups to pick up numbers, so forgive us for that, but my eyes aren't what they used to be.
Second down and about 8 for Cash. Pittergo rolling to his right. He's going to keep it. Pulls it down across the 30 to about the 32. Knocked out of bounds there. Pick up of a couple on the play.
And that's Crocker.
He's tough.
Yeah, he's a good linebacker. He's very, very mobile. He's just going to scrape to his left from the middle and comes up there and makes a stop on the quarterback. Interesting there. Dave, do you think that was he was looking to throw, or are they just trying to take a look and see what's possible?
Yeah, I think that was designed to somebody would have to be wide open. Otherwise, he was going to keep that one. He never really brought that up into a throwing motion. So I think that was more of a design run.
We're going to take a look and see what Oil City's secondary might do on a play like that and open something up later in the game.
3rd and 7. Walker now comes to the left side. They put a man in the slot to the right, or to the left, excuse me. Pertigal wants to throw over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Goes out to the 35, trying to get it to Walker. In and out of his hands will bring up a 4th down and 7. So the defense pulls it up and helps Oil City right now. The turnover gets nothing for Cash. They're going to have to kick it away.
Stallman will be in coverage here. He's the corner, a quick out pattern. He's going to let him catch that and then make the tackle short of the first down, but the receiver just couldn't quite bring that in, a little bit out in front of him.
JT Stallman and Dakota Cole standing back at about their own 35 to receive this punt. Just underway, 10-28 first quarter, no score. Both teams with one possession. One turnover in the ball game so far. That's going to be a key factor. Good snap. And the kick's going to go down the right side. It's going to be taken, yes, at the 40. Checked at the 30, coming across the right side, being run down. Now he brings it up across the 30 to the 35 and knocked out of bounds at 36. That'll be Dakota Cole on the carry. Takes out a bleacher in the process.
And not a bad job by Cash. They never really let him get his shoulders going north and south. Started on the far side of the field from us, off the hop, which always makes me nervous, makes the first guy miss. But watch him come back. He doesn't quit. And then Cash just does a nice job of just stringing it out, not letting them cut it back. Not bad coverage.
First down and 10, Oil City. There's their own 38-yard line. Second possession. They come out of the huddle. They stay, of course, in that power I formation. Kiefer at fullback, Russell tailback, Stahl under center. And it goes to Russell off the left side once again, out across the 45, the 50, gets a good block downfield. He's at the 30, the 20, I don't know if they're going to get him. 10, 5, touchdown. 62 yards off the left side for Cam Russell.
Yeah, they're going, that's the second time on this second possession. That's the second time, and over there you've got a tackle, and A.J. Angros and Mario Fontanazzo at the guard. Those two are manhandling that side. You can see there's nobody to touch them. They just collapse it inside. And the number 2 does a nice job. Stallman, downfield blocking, and that just is speed now, and he outruns him to the end zone. Nice play by Oil City.
62 yards, wow. Well, we'll see now if they're going to go for 2. Looks like they are. They'll send doubles to the left side, single to the right. Keep Russell in the backfield. Strong side left for Oil City. They put a man in motion right. And the pitch to Russell. He's all by himself. He can walk it in. And he jitterbugs in. But he gets it in nonetheless. 2-point conversion. 8-0 Oil City with 10:03 to go first quarter.
Boy, some people in the defense took a ball fake. Russell just basically jogs to the left. Now, he may get a little bit of a talking to the coaches and say, you know, I don't care how open it looks, sprint to the end zone.
Yeah, exactly.
He took a couple of unnecessary, and I'm not saying they were late hits, but a couple of hits he doesn't really need to take to if he sprints that thing into the end zone.
I was waiting for him, somebody to come up there and really whack on there, dancing around like that. But.
Well, and that's the thing. One of the things, you know, you've got, as a running back, you got to have pretty good vision, but when you're running to the side there, your kind of back's turned to what flow might be coming. If you don't see somebody coming there, you could take a wallop for no reason.
Well, that was such a great fake. Dave could have taken that one in.
Yeah, the problem is that Dave would have to have caught that, and I've seen his hands in action before.
Oh, okay. You got his mic turned off, I assume, Luke.
Playing it safe.
Yeah, I don't blame you a bit.
I'm just keeping track.
That's not true. My brother has a great pair of hands. He's never used them, but he does have a great pair of hands.
You're talking about the one down in Texas?
No, he has no hands.
Oh, that's because he can't hear you. All right, all set to go. Oil City kicking off, leading 8-0. It's into the wind, and it's going to be a short kick. It's going to be taken at about the 25, out across the 25 to the 30, and smacked. Brought down by a couple of Oil City Oilers. First down and 10 for Conneaut.
And that's one of the things with a short kickoff like that, and it is short for Oil City's kickoff, but that ball's in the air quite a bit, so your coverage should be right there on the spot.
Well, he got there pretty quick. They got about 5 yards on the return.
Yeah, they did a nice job of covering it. It's right there. It's a nice high kick. It may not go deep, but it's in the air a while.
Walker goes wide right. They have a man in the slot right, and they have Glover over here on the left side. Lewandowski in the backfield. He gets the ball coming off the left side, and he's going to go nowhere. He's smacked right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was anybody and everybody that wanted to be there on that time. You had, looks like Mario Fontanazzo was there. Forgive me, I have a 76.
I don't have him on my
out
program.
there, but he's not on my program. Both of them met the running back right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up a loss of 2, second down and 12. Same set for the Eagles. Double right, single left. Peter Goal at quarterback. Long count. Snap, pitch to Lewandowski, going across the left side, the right side, and he's not going to get anything up very quickly. Is number 10, that would be Stahl, Holden Stahl, the quarterback. He comes up and makes the hit.
Stahl's playing what I would consider here, Dave, a strong safety position. And we saw him do this against Titusville, and I'm sure he's done it against Cash. The previous game there does a nice job of coming up very quickly with the proper angle to make the tackle.
Yeah, he's got free movement back there. No one's going to get out there to block the safety. And if the safety's got speed and he can tackle, that's a gem for defenses to just kind of play some games with him.
This time they're going to swap their wideouts. They bring Walker wide to the left, double on the right side. Peter Goal at quarterback, looking to throw, looking over the middle. Now he throws to the outside, wanting to go to his big running back, Max Lewandowski, but overthrows him, brings up a 3rd down 14.
I'd like to, do we have that, Luke? I'd like to see that back again. It's a pretty well-designed play. He's open early. It's not going to get you a 1st down, but the quarterback here, he's just going to right out into the flats. Yeah, I just don't think he saw it. It was over before he even reached for it. He kind of stumbled coming through the line of scrimmage there a little bit, so it wasn't going to get you a 1st down anyway.
4th down 14 with 8:26 to go, first quarter, 8-0 Oil City as the Cash has to punt it away. The Eagles, a big high snap. Is he going to have to run it? No, he gets to kick away. It's a nice punt with all the that snap. And it's going to hit and roll inside the 40 and out of bounds. It's going to be touchdown at about the 35-yard line. So that's a nice job by the punter.
That's a really good job by the punter, because I thought the rusher on the right side of Oil City's defense, you'll see number 30 coming in here basically untouched. If he'd have taken a little better angle, Dave, he might have had a tackle.
Yeah, I think that the ball in the air surprised them both. That ball hung up there for a while, and I think that kind of surprised the defense as well as the punter there. So, but good job getting that off. That's a good kick.
J.D. Stallman comes wide to the right. They stay in, of course, the power eye. It looks like, is that a balanced tight end? Strong right side. Stahl keeps the ball, comes across the 35 to about the 37, gets racked up there. Pick up a couple on the play. Bill, what number was the punter down there? Did you see him?
I think it was 24, I think.
Okay, I marked that down for future reference.
I think it was Brady Walker doing a nice job of not letting Stahl take that up inside. So 2nd down, only picking up 2 yards on that play. 2nd and 8 here.
Dakota Cole comes wide to the right. They put a man in the slot on the right side. Again, power. Pitch back to Russell. Wants to break to the outside. Nice job, but he does get the coverage, and that's number 24 on the carry. It's not Russell. That's Stack, Sean Stack. But he picks up enough for the 1st down.
Does a nice job here on this. This is a good stiff arm to get him outside on the edge. You're going to see we get a little bit, try to kick out, but he doesn't. There's no place to go inside. Right there's where I think he really makes a nice play. He just puts his head down and he just drives for an additional 5 yards. Realizing he may not be able to shake him and outrun him, he's just going to try to run through him.
Stallman goes wide to the left, man slot left. Again, power formation. It goes off to the option play. It picks back to Stack, and Stack's going to drive across midfield to about the 48 of Cash. It'll bring up, looks like
flag on
the play. It looks like.
Yep. I'm not too sure what it was from over there.
Yeah, I couldn't see the flag. I just knew they called timeout, so Bill called it.
Face mask, yeah.
Okay. That's not going to help Cash any.
No, you don't need to help this football team out at all. You got to minimize any mistakes at all.
Well, they had a good defensive series going the first 2 plays, and now they pick up a 5-yard penalty, the easy kind. So it's going to bring up short yardage, a couple yards for 1st down.
We're at the 6:55 mark here in this opening frame for Oil City.
Stallman comes wide to the right. Holden gives it off to Stack, coming across the right side, gets a good block again to the outside. Sean Stack down around the 25, knocked down about the 23. I like this young JT Stallman, does a good job downfield blocking.
He does, dude. That's the 2nd time we've seen him. And forgive me, coming up on the tackle for Cash here. This is a good misdirection play. Linebacker kind of over pursues or cuts in too far. He gets the stiff arm and turns it upfield. Here, I think you just kind of keep going. He tries to cut back. Good tackle angle by Cash. I don't have that young man's name. He's not listed on my program, but he did a nice job of making a short tackle.
Dakota Cole goes wide left, balance line. Power eye, the 24-yard line. It's back to Cam Russell. He dives ahead for a couple.
Looked like Zachary Keel, nose tackle, penetrated on that play, kind of blew things up a little bit. And that's what you got to do here. If you're going to stop this ground game, you've got to get penetration, particularly if they're going to try to take you between the tackles.
Brings up a 2nd down and 7 with 5:51 to go here in the first quarter. 8-0 Oil City. pretty dominant right now. Cash has not been able to get anything going offensively. Holton Stahl, pitch back to Russell, coming across the left side. He's had good luck that way. Got a little bit of a block to the outside. He's at the 10, the 5. He's in for the touchdown. No flags. They like that left side, Steve.
Yeah, they do, and I can understand why. 6'3", 282-pound tackle and a 6'2", 295 guard. Both of them big, stout, strong. And then you've got your quarterback, Holton Stahl, who's not afraid to lead this play. The fullback's going to come in here. He's just going to cut off some penetration. And you can see Stahl out there looking for somebody to try to put a block on. Not needed to. Did a nice job of backing off of that, making sure he doesn't pick up any type of a penalty and just into the end zone.
Oil City now has singles on both sides. They're going to give the ball off. No, Stahl's going to keep it. Pitch back now to Russell. Russell headed toward the end zone, and he's not going to get there. Fumbles it in the end zone. They're going to call it good. Oh, I think he threw it in the end zone, didn't he?
It looked like it.
Is that what it looked like to you, Bill?
Yeah, sure did.
He's going out of bounds.
It looked like he reached for the pylon and just let it go.
Oh, that's possible. Anyway, it's going to be a 2-point conversion. Now they're going to talk about it.
Well, you're going to see it's a good pitch to the outside. He's got to catch this ball and get going real quick. Now, the defender does a nice job of beating the wide receiver. Oh, his foot's out of bounds. I think the tip of his foot's out of bounds before he gets the ball over.
Is that right?
I think so, but I don't know if that's what they're talking about or not.
Now they're going to let it go. It's 16-0. I didn't see his. I knew he's close to being out of bounds, but
we're going to try to roll this back real quick. I just want to just look like maybe just the tip of his toe might have hit the white on the sideline.
Well, if it's just the tip of the toe, it'd be okay.
Shouldn't. Yeah, it should be okay. Those are there more as guidelines. We'll
Bill,
see.
did you
here.
see a tip of the toe?
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if it was his tip of the toe or not.
Is it there, Steve?
Yeah, I think
that's a close call, though. It's really tough.
Really close. But if this were the NFL, we'd still be talking about it, chewing up airtime, because New York still be looking at it.
Yeah. Braden Groover will be standing back for Cash, down 16-0. He's back about the 20-yard line. As Dakota Cole will be doing kicking for Oil City. Again, kicking into the wind. And it's a squib kick, and it's going to take the high bounce, be picked up at the 32, the 35, come to the outside and down quickly. Will be number 12, the ball carrier. That would be this quarterback, Peter Gold. And he'll bring the ball out to about the 37-yard line.
Zach Kiefer makes a stop. It's getting to the point here, Dave, where I think if you're Cash, you've got to get at least a drive here. You don't necessarily have to score, but you need to put a little bit of a drive here just to build some confidence in your offense.
Well, and another thing is the field position battle. They're getting hurt with that. Although their punting game hasn't been too bad, but they need to take some time off the clock, build some confidence, and they need to get into a second and short, third and short situations.
Walker will come wide to the left for Cash. They got doubles on the right side. Walker goes in motion to the right. He gets the ball, going to try to cut up field, and
too
he's
much
not going to go
penetration.
Yeah, too much penetration. Russell's there and a couple others.
Again, Oil City doing a nice job. They're just going to penetrate right up front. They're beating Cash right now off the ball. And penetration against the running play, particularly one that you're trying to run wide, close to the line of scrimmage, it just messes up everything here. They might be further ahead if they want to go this type of a thing to try to run a counter, an actual counter, or maybe a reverse to try to catch Oil City's flow.
Yeah, I don't know how they do running some kind of trap. If they can get these D tackles or so to get too far upfield, if they can trap one and go inside of them. But right now, this trenches is won by Oil City.
Second down and 11, quarterback Peter Cole right up the middle, across the 40 to the 35, inside the checked at the 45 to about the 48-yard line. Close to a first down. It is enough for a first down.
Well, that's a nice job there. Lewandowski now, instead of trying to carry the ball, becomes the lead blocker for Pettergold, and they pick up 10 yards to get a first down. This is kind of what I think they're trying to find, is what can we do against this defense to be successful.
So it's the initial first down for Cash, and they must have heard you guys talking and decided maybe to get a little offense going here. First down 10, they're at their own 48-yard line.
It's a Wildcat?
Looks like a Wildcat, yeah.
Out here.
Going to throw the ball out of the Wildcats. Pass is complete to Lewandowski at the 50, inside the 50, about the 46.
Who is playing the quarterback position
25.
there?
I'm trying to get my papers here from the wind.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it too. 25 is Brady Walker. who's typically a running back, running that Wildcat. Threw the ball pretty well there. And again, these are the type of things that we thought we'd have to see out of Cash to get some offense going.
Well, if they just want to throw the ball short anyhow, in the short passing game, he can do it.
Again, they're out of Wildcat. Walker going to keep the ball straight up the middle and inside the 35 to about the 30. So maybe they have something going here.
Yeah, they might have found something that works for them. They're going to keep running it. I guarantee you, I know the coach here at Cash, if you can't stop a particular style of play, that's all you're going to see until you do.
Now they've made the switch as we say that. They bring Petergo back in, and Lewandowski goes back to the tailback position. 3:13 left to go first quarter, 16-0 Oil City. Cash with their first solid drive here of the evening. They have the ball down to the Oilers' 41-yard line. Trips on the right side for Cash. And it's going to be Petergo coming across the left side, but he's going to go nowhere. Nice coverage. Maybe pick up a 1 on the play.
I think it's Crocker. Yeah, Crocker from the middle linebacker position sees that right off the bat, and he just comes barreling up there. And again, we've talked about this when we've done games with Titusville, making sure that you come up and attack, but you attack with the right tackling angle. There's a nice job.
This time we're going to have Walker come to the Zachary Walker to the left. They're going to put Trips on the right side as they look for the signals. Lewandowski stays in the backfield. Petergo stays at quarterback. Looking to throw. Looks to his right. Now he's throwing to Lewandowski. Oh! Almost picked off. Oh, what a nice read by, what is that, 26? Who read
28,
that?
28, I think. 28. Zach Kiefer again. Read that early, but there was somebody else over there. David, I had to pick it. It looked like the defensive end kind of read that quick, too.
Yeah.
They kind of backed out of his position to force a higher throw.
Yeah, I don't know if he was reading an option right off the bat with the quarterback keeper, but the linebackers jumped that route, and the corners kind of jumped the receivers there because I think they've seen that already here, 3-4 times.
Trips right, single left. Big 3rd down 9 for the Cash team. Petergo tries up the right side and pick up a few. But
did you see that, David?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Crocker coming in, just attacks and just blows the lineman back into the play. And he's, the thing with that play there is he may not even be really concerned with even trying to make the tackle. He's just trying to blow the play up and let his teammates make tackles.
Yeah, that's sacrificing for your teammates. Let someone else come in here and finish it up. And that's just a great job of coming. I don't even think that's a blitz call. I think that's just a great quick read in that physicality. And then that makes it easier for your teammate to come in and get a stat.
4th down play now for Conneaut. 4th down and about 8. They're at the 38 of Oil City. Petergo wants to throw. He's going to throw over the middle quickly. The ball's hit in the front. Somebody in the front line got that ball.
I think that was Fontanaza, 55. Was that who got his hand up there? And again, you hear him talk about it all the time on Sunday. If you can't get to the quarterback, get your hands up. And that's what he does and knocks it down, and Oil City now will take over. But at least Cash did accomplish a drive. They got some first downs going, so building a little bit of confidence here.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Oil City. They'll take the ball over at their own 37-yard line. They'll go on the power I again, balance line.
Throw slant.
Slant over the middle. Pass is complete. And out to the 50, inside the 50 to about the 45. Good late drive. That's J.T. Stallman on the reception. Quick look. Picked up about 15.
That's a nice job of catching the ball first, running second. And again, I tell you who tackled him, but there was 5 of them it took to bring him down. You're getting a sense of what these kids are doing when they're not in pads. The leg drive that these guys have. They know where their weight room is.
Dakota Cole will go wide to the left. They'll put a man in the slot left. Stahl gives it off to Cam Russell. Tries to get up the front. He breaks the tackle. He's out across the 40, inside the 40, the 35, down to the 27. That's a heck of a run as he cut back across the green. Picked up about 14 more.
Well, it's some nice cutbacks, but a better display, Dave, of balance and power.
Yeah, he sees the play developing in front of him. He makes the good reads and good cuts, and just continually when he makes that cut, trying to get his shoulders square as he's moving forward.
There were three good shots at him too.
Yeah, they did. J.T. Stallman wide left. We're at the 32nd mark in the first quarter. Stahl gives it off to Stack. Stack straight up the middle, inside the 20, maybe right to the 20-yard line. That might be the last play of the quarter, but good straight-ahead football.
Yeah, and you're seeing here some power, and it's again, we've talked about it. These 5 guys up front for Oil City, they know what they're doing. They do it well.
And that will be the last play of the first quarter. Into the first quarter play here at Oil City, 16-0. Oilers on top of Cache.
When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
And back here at Oil City High School, Steve, real quick,
Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide
AJ
supplier of
Andros, he wears
high-quality
71 and 76. Is it possible that's who we're looking at?
That very well could be.
I've got 70. Well, it's 6'2", 6'3", 282.
282, and he's all of that.
Yeah. So I think it's Andros. So, yeah. Okay, we're underway here. Second quarter, 16-0 Oil City. Second down and 3 from the 20-yard line. Stahl back under center. Dakota Cole to the left. Stahl wants to throw, looking down the right side. He's got a man overthrows him in the end zone. Looking for JT Stallman.
Needs to get some air on that.
Yeah, that one there, he threw just a little bit too much on a rope there. He made a nice read, knew his guy was going to break open and in the end zone, but he got to put a little bit of air on that throw, let your guy kind of run under that a little bit.
I like the play call coming out here to start the half. We talked about the wind, so now the wind's at their back there. But when it's, the way you're controlling the line and you've got short yardage on second down, you can take that shot and still try to loosen them up a little bit and still have 2 downs to get the first.
Third down and 3. JT Stallman come wide to the left. And they'll send man in the slot left. Stahl under center. He's going to drive straight ahead for the first down and follow his big center, Cam Scheffler.
Did he drop the snap?
No, I don't believe he did. Did he drop the snap, Bill?
I don't think so.
No, I thought it was a good snap.
Okay, he just dropped down and went straight ahead. Okay.
He just dropped his head down and went ahead.
Well, I blinked at the wrong time. I saw him drop, and I wondered if he dropped the snap.
You blinked at the wrong time, I tell you. You don't have your glasses, do you?
I do, but I can't use them to see that far away.
Well, I think they got away with the false start, too.
I did, too. The guy in the slot, I thought,
there.
flinched, too.
Yeah.
Dakota Cole comes wide left. They stay getting power high. Now they put a man in motion to the right. And the ball's given off to the tailback. That's Stack driving straight ahead. And he's not going to get enough for the first down, but he's going to take down close to the 11-yard line.
Again, they use the man in that tight slot position as a lead blocker. You see him come in motion, and he'll just kind of stutter step a little bit once he gets past the quarterback. Justin Fagley will lead that play up into the right side of the offensive line.
JT Stallman comes in with the play from the coaches. Second down and about 5. At about the 12-yard line. Same formation, wide left is Stahl. Under center is Stahl. And missed handoff, and that play's busted. Something happened there. Something didn't go right.
Yeah, I'm not too sure whether he missed the handoff there or whether it was designed to fake the handoff and then him to hit quick to the left.
What did I say? I said he missed the handoff.
Well, I don't know if he missed it or whether it's designed not to hand off, whether that's a fake.
David.
Listen, all I'm looking at here right now is their wingback, number 30, at his stance. And I'm going to be honest, I think they're tipping you off to run versus pass for one.
Yeah, he's
with 30.
He gets down in that.
He gets down very low in a crouch.
Yeah, like right now.
Right now, yeah.
Bagley. Yeah. Okay. Pitch back comes to Stack, cuts it up the middle. And he's going to get, it breaks to the outside. He's going to pick up inside the 5-yard line. That's a heck of a run. I thought he was down.
Yeah, he should have been down, and somebody in films, and I think it was Morrow. One of them, instead of bringing the running back down, tried to strip the ball, and I think that's what allowed the running back to continue going on there. You know, the first guy there, if nothing else, you got to hold on to him, let teammates try to rip the ball. You can't make that mistake when you're this close to the end zone.
First and goal from the 4-yard line. Cole goes wide to the right. This will be power. It goes off to Stack. He drives straight ahead. This Sean Stack's a hard runner. Touchdown.
Very hard.
And a flag.
Who came in there, Dave? Is that 50 or?
I did not see.
55 carried him over the line.
Well, he could. He's Fontanazzo. He's big enough.
Yeah, but I'm looking at 51. I think it might have been Trevor Tursky for Cash. Met him in the hole, hit him hard, but couldn't bring him down.
Helped him.
Yeah, he helped him.
He helped him in.
55 carried him in.
Aiding the runner. I haven't seen that call in my lifetime.
Apparently, in high school football, you can't play rugby.
I guess not.
In the NFL, they call that a good play anymore.
They do. That's probably why I haven't seen it in high school. So that's going to move the ball back and it'll bring up a first down. Where are they at, Bill? About the 9?
Yeah, right on the 9.
Okay. First down and goal from the 9. They call that up in New York State?
I don't really see that too often.
Yeah. I've never seen that before. Stallman goes wide right. Oil City now. First and goal from the 9. Stallman pitches back to Stack. Stack going to the right side, driving for the end zone, knocked out of bounds somewhere around the 2. I like this Sean Stack.
Yeah, he runs very hard. That's Groover coming up to make the tackle from the linebacker position. But, yeah, Stack runs very hard. He's one of those kids that's just going to go north and south on you.
I was just looking here. He's 5'9", 181, but he runs really, I think that's what I see, and runs really hard.
I just got a message from somebody. A lot of people be kind of interested in this. It looks like Antonio Brown is back in the NFL, and he is at Tampa Bay.
Oh, they were after him. I read that. Oh, darn. Dakota Cole wide left. Second goal from the 1, driving straight ahead.
I don't think he made it.
There. I don't think so. And the officials say no, he didn't. Boy, that good job by the defensive line.
Doing a nice job of just kind of standing up the offensive line there. Jesse Orr, one of those on that side.
Brings up a 3rd and 1. Yeah, that's kind of a surprise as hard as Oil City has been pounding that line for those guys that undercut them like that.
Well, but this isn't the normal defensive front
right.
either. You've
That's
got a bunch of other guys in there kind of stacking things up.
3rd and 1 for Oil City. Holton Stahl under center. Gives it off the tailback, drives straight ahead, touchdown. And that would be, I believe...
It was Kiefer, I think.
Kiefer, yeah. Fullback.
And that's just a quick hit straight ahead, and this is what they do. Again, it took them a couple of plays, but right now Oil City's front 5 just winning this battle up front.
22-0 with 8:37 to go in the first half. And Oil City is just having their way right now with the offensive line and just getting things done. J.T. Stallman go wide right, and the backs again, of course, in the eye. Nothing harder about this formation. Stahl wants to throw into the end zone. Nice pass. Complete. 2-point conversion to Dakota Cole. 24-0. 8:37 to go in the half.
Yeah, they kind of crossed them up expecting a run play here. And instead, Stallman just going to tuck it. And you're going to see the running back in that tight slot. Did he start there, Dave?
Yes.
The tight slot, yeah, and just kind of acted like he was going to sit and block and then release to the outside.
You hesitate there. It's a very good play, even with tight ends, if you bootleg, and they just kind of sit there 1,001, 1,002, and then release into the flats there. It's a great play inside the 5, and especially conversions as well.
You know, I was thinking in the first quarter watching Oil City play, Dave, they show an awful lot of discipline in their positions. The tackles, the ends, they control the outside. Everybody seems to know what they're supposed to do, and they do it very well.
Yeah, they're not missing their blocks. They're gaping holes. The running backs read things well. And then on the other side of the ball, defensively, very schooled, very disciplined, and their technique all the way around. Commend the coaches for this because that's a program thing there. That's being taught while they're young all the way up through.
Well, we knew that this team was strong and talented, but you're right. They are well coached. They do know their keys. They do know their assignments, and they don't miss too much.
Zachary Walker stands back at about the 20 for Cash as he get ready to kick off. Dakota Cole's going to kick it over his head. Got the wind behind him into the end zone and out to take over at the 20. So that's the first time. That's the difference between kicking into the wind and kicking with the wind.
That's a pretty good boot there. I wasn't, from what we had seen both in a game against Titusville and so far in this game, wasn't really expecting to see a boot down the field like that. But again, with the wind in his back, yeah, you.
Well, I wasn't sure. I think it was Franklin. They had some success with the onside kick as well, and so I didn't know in this position if they try to get one more here, to kind of push things away here before the half. But being a special teams guy, I like to see those deep kicks, especially into the end zone. 80 yards is a very long way to go.
First down and 10 Cash from their own 20. Doubles left, single right. Peterle at center. And he reads the Lewandowski with the ball as he puts it in his belly. I thought he was going to pull it back out. Picks up about 5.
Well, it almost looked like he wanted to and then couldn't and just left it with Lewandowski. Crocker does a nice job on the tackle.
And then he just pushed him from behind the quarterback. Nice job.
Well, again, we've talked about it in the last drive, and Cash this time now, it's getting really close, if not here already, that Cash has to get some points here.
Yeah, it's getting to that point now where you can't give up too much more.
And they will be getting the ball to start the second half as well. So if they can get a touchdown here, hold, theoretically you could get within one score here in the sometime in the third quarter.
Yep.
Peterle wants to throw. He's going to roll to his right. Still rolling to his right. He's got pressure. He's going to throw down. Look out, pick. And it's picked by Dakota Cole at the 40-yard line of Cash.
That's one of the mistakes that he made. He kind of looked at his receiver too long. Cole's actually guarding the receiver running the short route. They're trying to flood the near side here. And he's just looking. You see Cole, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes. Quarterback is staring down at the deep man coming into the picture now, and he wasn't open. That ball should have been into the Oil City sideline. Again, trying to make something happen, but that was just a bad decision there.
Well, I think not a strong enough arm against the wind. He was throwing it into the wind, too.
Well, and I don't like it. Was 2nd and 5. You just had some success running the ball, and you're into the wind. And unfortunately, as soon as he dropped back, the wind up here really picked up.
Yeah,
I thought, that's just bad timing.
Yeah, it just hung up there. First and goal, Oil City. First and 10, Oil City at the 40-yard line of Cash. Doubles right. Stahl under center. Stahl rolling to his right, wanting to throw. Stahl looking over the middle. He's got a man down the middle, and it's going to be complete. Touchdown.
That's a very nice job by Stahl.
Great ball.
The nice thing that Stahl does here is that he realizes he's got time, and he gives his receiver just that little extra time, about a half a second, to clear the defense, and then he puts the ball right on the money. Here you'll see it. He's going to go a semi-roll to his right. He knows he's got time. He just waits just enough for his receiver to break free and hits him right in stride. Well-designed play.
Very well done.
Well, and that doesn't work without a clean pocket.
What's that, Dave?
I said that's not going to work, like Steve was saying there, without a clean pocket because of the time it takes for him to run that route, and that's a perfect ball as well.
Yeah, that's just a nice play.
Well, we saw, when they were at Titusville, this being Oil City, we saw them when they were at Titusville. We wondered because the kid, he completed almost 80% of his passes coming into that ball game, but he hadn't thrown the ball much. So we were a little unsure as to what we would see from him, and he's accurate.
Pass across to Dakota Cole. Pass in the end zone. It was a bad snap.
Backyard football at its best.
Yes, it was. Stahl came to his left, threw back across the field to Cole, who tried to throw into the end zone. Keep that one on the replay there, Luke. We'll use that sometime in our broadcast. That's good.
Well, the interesting thing, Dave, you're, like you said, your special teams coach. Because of the second pass, it makes me wonder if that wasn't called.
No. Well, look at the snap.
I understand the snap, but I'm just wondering if that's what they're taught to do in that situation.
Oh, well, that could be. Yes, okay.
Yeah, it could be how it's set up there because the way he rolled so far to his left and then throw it all the way back.
Yeah. Here it is. We're looking at the touchdown pass again, and you can see the time that he has to throw the ball. And this one's just a really good throw. It's online, in stride, right over the shoulder. Really nice play there for Oil City to score the touchdown.
Yeah, that looked good right from the get-go. You could see Dakota Cole breaking open, and the ball was just put right where it had to be. That was just fun to watch.
Now, if you're Cash, what do? You're down 30-0 in the second quarter, and granted, I realize it's 7:41 to go in this quarter, but to make up this difference against this football team, what do you have to do?
Well, I know they're going to want to throw. It's going to have to be short stuff. It's going to have to be some screens. But I'd go back right now to what worked there 2 possessions ago, when we'll just call it their Wildcat. With 7 minutes to go, at best, you're probably going to get 1 score, if any, this half. So take that 1 score and take the time off the clock.
Dakota Cole's going to kick it. It's going to go over the head into the end zone again. Well, you know what you do in some of these situations, Dave. You got to do what got you here. There's no time for something you don't know how to do. It's not part of your repertoire.
If you're not set up, your starting quarterback's out, so that's going to play into this. You can only do what you're geared to do. I remember years ago playing in the sectional finals, and we never got off the bus, and we were down by 4 touchdowns at halftime, and we were a pounding, just grinded out kind of a team. And we really knew as coaches that we're not a throwing ball club at all. And, we made a good game of it in the second half, but scoring quick was not something that we could do.
Doubles to the left, single to the right for Conneaut. Peterville at quarterback. Gives it off to Lewandowski off the left side. He drives straight ahead. And a bunch of blue shirts up there to say good evening to him. Picks up maybe 2.
Yeah, and that's, again, this is Oil City's not really – I don't want to say they're not giving much thought to the passing game, but they're manned up on Cash's receivers. And that's still going to allow a lot of people in the defense to flow to the football.
Yeah, if these guys can handle speed-wise, they can match up man-to-man, play zero coverage if they want, and then if you want to get more pressure on a quarterback, they can bring their blitzes with them because, that wind right now is almost another defender for them.
Yeah, it is. It's picking up.
Doubles left, single to the right. Peterville's going to keep it, come off the right side. He's going to go nowhere. Stack hits him, and again, Oil City gets to the ball quickly.
Well, and it looked like there's a hole there, and
close quick.
Yeah, by the time he gets there, it's closed up. So the reaction time with Oil City, particularly in their linebackers, very, very quick to come up to it.
I said Stack. That might have been Crocker or Kiefer. I might have missed the number there. I don't see Stack out there right now. 3rd down 5. Peterville wants to throw. Throws up short. Pass is complete. And they're going to take the ball inside, or outside actually, the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Pick up enough for the first down.
That's a nice job there. The quarterback giving him just enough time to clear the defenders. And he gets open. I think Oil City kind of lost track of where he came from. The middle linebacker, I was watching Crocker on that one. As soon as he realized it was kind of a pass thing, he kind of jumped up into the fray up front. He might have been missing the tight end or the wing slipping out there.
Mahochi out of the slot is the way I had him listed here.
Yeah.
And now we go Wildcat again.
Yep, we're headed for the Wildcat. Walker will get a direct snap. Going to go to the left side, and nothing. In fact, he's going to lose a yard maybe.
There again, this time the Oil City defensive line stepping up there and making plays.
No gain. 2nd down 10 from the 38 for Cash. 30-0. Oil City on top here.
Yeah, 5:15 to go here. Cash is going to have to make something happen here.
Drifts to the right side for Cash, signal to the left. Put a man in motion to the right. And the quarterback keeps the ball out across the 40, to about the 43-yard line.
I didn't see, was that Crocker or was
That's
that
Walker, yeah.
55 on the tackle.
Fontanazza.
Yep.
Walker was the ball carrier. Peterville comes back in now. They stayed in that Wildcat.
In that play there, I think defensively for Oil City shows their discipline. They bring that motion, and the linemen, they don't stretch themselves out. They stay home, do their job, and trust their teammates as well. So, good job defensively.
Doubles left, single right for Cash. Peterville Looking to throw. He's looking at his left side. Pressure. Going to roll to his left. Looking downfield. The pass almost incomplete. Almost picked off by Crocker.
That's a tight end on a drag route, and that's what got him the first down the last time as well. This time, though, the middle linebacker's there, 44, makes contact initially and just carries them all the way.
Does a nice job to remember in high school football, you can hit the receiver until the ball's in the air. Kind of makes me wonder why. I think that he's at tight end now, being Crocker, for a blocker and not a pass catcher. That one there is one you want to bring in.
4th down and 6 now for Cash. As Walker gets back to punt. Zachary Walker.
These guys might want to move up.
Got doubles at about the 25. It's going to be a pretty high snap. He's going to run it. Going to cough off the left side. He's at the 40. He's at the 45. Out of bounds. First down.
Got to pay attention.
Yes, you do. Nice run by Walker, and he picks up the first down.
I think everybody just kind of assumed that kick was coming. They're just going to vacate the area. Really not much of a rush either. That's what surprises me. But they just, nobody on the outside, and they finally, he runs just enough, gets a yard over what he needed for the first down, and keeps their drive going. Pretty good gamble there for Cash.
Well, they got to do something down 30-0 as we were talking, and that's what they did. Trips right, single left. Ball's given off to Lewandowski, and he drives ahead. Big 230-pound back. He's going to take it inside the 50 to about the 47.
And again, Oil City, like Fagley at the bottom of that mess. I think, who else was there? I don't have 20. Is Zach Kiefer, I think there too. But again, if you're Cash, you're 2nd and 5 here. You got to keep up with these positive plays.
Cash has trips right, single left. Quarterback wants to throw, pulls the ball down, now he gets rid of it, and it goes incomplete out around the 37 or 38-yard line of Oil City. Bring up a third.
Stallman did a nice job of reading that out route and undercutting the route. If that ball had been in the air a little bit more, he might have had a pick.
3:32 left to go first half. Oil City leading 30-0. Cash with a pretty good drive going here. Trying to answer. Groover will come wide to the right. Mahoshi will go into the slot right as they look across to their bench for the play to be called. Got all those signs over there. That would be confusing to me. Everything's confusing to me. 3rd down play. The ball's given off to the big back, and Lewandowski gets nothing. I think that was the center of that line just stood him right up.
Yeah, I think that was
Fontanazzo.
Fontanazzo, I think, was there as well as Angros, and then again, ever-present Crocker from the middle linebacker position. He's really quick to attack up the field.
He reads well.
Well, it doesn't look like there's a fake here. They're going to be very.
No, they're going to go for it. I think they have to. Where are we at? We're at 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yeah, you got to make something happen here as best if you can.
4th down for Cash. Pitch
over
the middle, and
he's got to hit that.
It didn't quite get him. They're trying to go to Mahoshi and overthrew him at about the 30-yard line, and Oil City will take over. That was a good seam route, though.
Well, they had 2 seam routes there, and you had one guy having to guess which one he should take, I think it is, and just missed it.
Yeah, just a little bit high and a little bit too much mustard on that maybe if he'd have taken just a little bit off of it.
And that's a drive right there where missing your starting quarterback, I'm sure, is really showing up.
Yeah, experience there, particularly on those type of passes. There's a difference between trying to gun it into that window and kind of touch that into the window.
1st down and 10, Oil City. They have the ball at their own 47. They get off the tailback, driving straight ahead, inside the 50 to about the 46-yard line of Cash. Pick up of about 7 on the play.
Again, it's just, you've got a good running back, and the guys are, they're not quite as successful, do you think, Dave, going on the right side of their line as they have been coming left?
No, so far what it's shown is that they need yards, they can definitely come to the left. They've had to cut back a lot of their stuff to the right, and but I tell you, I like his feet.
Yeah, he's got good quick feet on the running back there, Russell. And he's stout. He's got good speed and good balance.
Dakota Cole comes wide to the left. Second down, and Cash jumps. So that'll be a first down. We're second down and 3 unless somebody moves from Oil City.
I don't know. We got a little John going on, too. The official coming in there telling him to settle down. And the coaches are doing a good job. They're going
to speak to the young man.
Going to speak to the young man, tell him to settle down a little bit. Got to play within the helmet. And that's going to...
That goes the helmet.
Yeah, that didn't work.
No.
Those things aren't cheap.
And that may very easily.
That's a frustration throw.
It's a frustration throw, but that could get you a good talking to.
So it'll be a penalty, 5 yards against Cash, and it'll bring up now a first down and 10 for the Oilers. They had about the 46. Pitch back comes to Russell. Russell once cuts to the outside. He's got to get a block. He does. Turns inside the 40, driven out of bounds at about the 35. Pickup of about 6 or 7 on the play.
Yeah, and that's good. It's a good wide play. He was going to cut it up, I think, a little bit earlier, but not there, so he takes it wide. Cash not doing a bad job. Again, this young man's got some speed that's coming to the left side, which seems to be the strength side of their offense.
They bring up a second down and about 4. JT Stallman will go wide right. Put a man in the slot left, Fagley. Stall looking to throw. Looking downfield. Got a man open. He's there. If you can get it to him, overthrew him to the right.
Can't miss that one.
No, Stallman all by himself. Just overthrew him.
Did a nice double route. He kind of faked in, faked out, and then straight up the seam. And you'll see the corner there. Right there's the out fake, and he bit on it. Couldn't get his hips turned back around. Got to loft that down into him. And, just not a pass you want to miss.
No,
I thought the wind got that one.
These Cash corners need to backpedal a little faster, keep more of their cushion. These guys are breaking their cushion way too early and getting beat. So maybe a little bit more respect to the receivers in their, like I said, in their back pedals.
So to bring up a third down and 4. Bill, did you interrupt somebody? Timeout on the field. 1:37 to go in the half. 30-0. Oil City on top and threatening again here from their own from the Cash 36.
That last pass, I believe the wind got a hold of that one too, Jimmy.
I thought it was floating a little bit, but it was high to begin with.
Hey, talking to real quick up here to one of the Oil City coaches, and the extra point that failed was not a design call.
Little backyard, huh?
They must be neighbors.
He chuckled a little bit, just kind of like, I don't know about that one, but we're talking about thinking on your feet.
Yeah, it is, and
it probably worked when they were,
when they were back in 5th grade. That's a great play.
Yeah, it almost worked here. He's open. Who knows? Hey.
Which is funny because none of us advanced beyond 5th grade, so that's.
Wait, there's advancement?
I thought we graduated at 4.
One of the things I've noticed here, again, with the young man from Cash that had words after he was drawn offside, and then this tackle on Russell over here. Bill, is it getting a little testier down there?
It doesn't seem to be. Not really. They're both sides have been pretty gentlemanly.
Stallman goes wide to the right. Fagley in the slot right. The ball's given off to the tailback straight
nice
ahead.
hole.
Russell. And he's inside.
Oh,
mercy.
Oh, Lordy.
That's going to hurt.
Got the referee, too.
And they're gonna stop the clock here and help this official up. And
boy, he went down hard.
The way we feel about officials, that's just too bad there. A guy who couldn't
umpire.
quite get out of his way.
He's got his glasses on, though.
Wow.
It's a wonder. And to be honest with you, you're going to see it. It's just straight ahead running. And there's really no place for this umpire to go. Right turns that way, and 2 Cash defenders, and he's just at the bottom of the pile. It's a wonder he doesn't have something bleeding on him.
Clock running 1:25 left to go in the half. First down and 10 Oilers. Stahl rolls to his left, to his right, looking to his right, looking to the right. Throws up short, pass is complete. At about the 10-yard line, knocked out of bounds to Dakota Cole. That was a heck of a ball.
Yeah, he rifled that ball in there and needed to because they were pretty much covered.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't sit where he wanted to. He had to sprint to the outside. See, he's looking at his launch point here, but he gets flush, but he does a nice job of gunning that ball in there. Nice job of keeping his head up, looking downfield, keeping his eyes open for somebody coming free.
First and goal inside the 10. for the Oilers as they try to put this into a running clock. They'll send Dakota Cole to the left. Stahl to the tailback. Russell straight ahead.
Oh, nice cut.
And he takes it in for the touchdown. Yeah, that was a heck of a run.
Yeah, he starts this thing just off the right side, but he sees an opening to the right, and he makes one of those little jump cuts and just into the end zone for a touchdown.
36-0 Oil City as they'll see if they go for the backyard play again.
Here he comes. You can see him coming through the hole, and then the corner comes up. Well, not the corner, the tackle, I guess, trying to come around and make a tackle, and he just jump cuts to the right.
Dakota Cole will attempt the extra point. Spotted up the 10-yard line on the snap. Good snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. 1:11 left to go in the first half, 37-0. Oil City on top.
Well, it's, that was the one thing when we saw them play against Titusville. The only question you really had was kicking extra points.
Right.
Kicking game just seemed to be a little bit of we're still trying to work that out. Here you finally get a kickoff, and it's a good kick through the upright. So it's something that as they get into playoff battles down the road could be something that might hurt them, but. Right now, you're looking at an offensive line that just can't be stopped.
Yeah, if you're scouting this team and you're looking at them as down the road as a possible opponent, it's really bad news if the worst part of their game is the extra points.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot about the challenge in front of you.
And here's the thing, on the last touchdown run where I said he kind of jump cuts to the right. Well, he jump cuts to the right. Now, he's already 3 yards downfield.
Yes.
He's jump cutting to the right. It's a defensive tackle that's reaching for him. What's my defensive tackle doing 3 yards away from the line of scrimmage?
Well, where's my backers?
It's because your offensive lineman has pushed him that far backwards. So, again, that's just indicative of what we've been seeing here so far tonight by Oil City.
This time, Zachary Walker's going to back up a little bit. They're going to stand back at the 10 as Dakota Cole has put 2 in the end zone. We'll see what happens this time. With the wind, it's going to be a short kick. Going to be taken at the 15 off his chest, but he picks it up. He's out across the 15. The 20 comes to the outside, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 25. 20, checked at the 30-yard line.
You got a flag on the field?
I didn't see one.
No.
I got to tell you, though.
Is that just a yellow marker out there?
Or a leaf?
Yeah, it's a leaf, I think.
Oh, that's a kicking tee.
But I got to be honest with you. I'm really impressed here with this Holden Stahl. Defensively in particular. I mean, he throws a good ball and he runs this offense very well, but he does a really nice job of coming up and making tackles. He takes a really good angle, and he hits and wraps.
First down and 10 for Conneaut. Down 37-0. The ball's at their own 31-yard line. Peter Gold pitches to the right side to Lewandowski. Lewandowski comes straight ahead and going to be knocked out of bounds somewhere around the 37. Lewandowski is a 6', 230-pound junior, for those of you who are watching. Big boy. Picked up about 4 on the play.
I think it was Russell coming out. He's playing kind of a defensive end linebacker hybrid type position for Oil City's defense on the left side of their defense. He does a nice job of pushing them out of bounds.
1 minute left to go in the first half. Peter Gold gives it off to the big man once again. Lewandowski tries to go left side, and he's going to get stacked up. And the ball's out, but Cash has it. Boy, I thought that whistle had blown a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it might have. I think it should have blown a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
One of the things we're seeing here too, Dave, and you can take a look at it, but their linebackers are loosening up a little bit in their secondary. Their 4 defensive backs are backed up a little bit too. They just don't want to give up anything here.
Nothing big.
Nothing big here at the end of the half.
28 seconds left to go in the first half. Cash not in a real big hurry to run plays here late in this half. They'll send doubles to the left side, single to the right. Luke Peter Gold, quarterback, gives it off to the tailback, driving straight ahead, and he's going to get nothing. And be brought down as time will run out. End of the first half here at Oil City High School. The Oil City Oilers 37, Conneaut Eagles nothing. We'll be back with halftime activity right after this.
When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide supplier of high-quality logs and lumber located along Titusville Road in Pleasantville. Pennsylvania Hardwoods purchases standing timber and logs and some of the world's highest quality hardwood, which is growing right in your backyard. For a free appraisal, call Pennsylvania Hardwoods at 814-590-6730.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Franklin True Value. Behind every good project is your Franklin True Value. And welcome back here at halftime. The Oilers up over the Cash Eagles, 37-0. We're going to get into some stats here in just a few moments. But first, let's kind of just discuss your thoughts on the first half of play, guys.
Well, go ahead, Steve.
Well, go ahead, Dad.
Well, I'm going to watch the band.
Okay. In that case, pretty much what we expected coming into the ball game. I thought Oil City's offensive line taking Cash to task, and to be quite honest with you, really from the onset, it's just it's been all Oil City. Cash had a couple of drives that Oil City eventually stalled out. But it's just been all Oil City so far tonight, and I don't expect that to change a whole lot into the second half.
No, I wasn't at all surprised with the 37-0 half. We talked about it coming down with Steve and Dave and I, that I'm not surprised at all. Oil City's just a very strong program, and I know that it was 28-13 first time around, but you're talking playoff time, a team that's experienced in playoffs, and I just expected the line play of Oil City to dominate this game, and that's what's happened.
Well, and that's one of the things that you have to do as a high school athletic team, whether it's no matter what sport it is. When it comes to playoff time, you have to raise your level of play.
Right.
Tonight, Oil City's done that. Cash has not been able to do that, and I think that's one of the reasons why you're seeing this game turn into a blowout.
In all, before you hand it up there to David, in all honesty, Steve, you're missing your starting quarterback. I'm talking about Conneaut.
Yeah.
And there is a timing situation. There's a rhythm that goes into the ball game. You know that better than I do, playing quarterback. But you're missing that, so that has a little bit to do with it. And so to step up to a district level playoff game without your starting quarterback makes it very difficult.
Yeah, and not to even mention the confidence factors that's going to have an effect on your team. When you don't have, even though the backup has had playing time at quarterback, he's taken some snaps, took some snaps last week in that game against Meadville. It's just not my normal guy. So, if you look around, and I'm sure, his teammates have confidence in him and faith in him, but he is the backup quarterback probably for a very good reason, and that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, injuries in football, they always happen at the worst time.
Well, they do, and it's really quick. I remember watching Cash when we played him in Titusville, and I was quite impressed with their quarterback. He's a pretty good athlete. Not only can he run the ball club like a quarterback has to do, but his name's Nathan Bortnick. And Bortnick he played very well. I think he had a major impact on their ball club, but when you lose him, it affects you greatly.
Well, and he made a couple of passes when we played, and they were just spot on, threw them where they had to be. We had made a comment where the Titusville cornerback was in great position, but the receiver had a height advantage, and he put it up there right where it needed to be. He did that a couple of times against us. So, I think that has an effect on him. But to be honest with you, I'm not too sure this score is going to be that much difference with him under center as opposed to where they're at now.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe a 10-point difference or something to that effect, but yeah, very little if at all. But I think they would have moved the ball a little bit better, which could have given them confidence early in the ball game, and that could have had a little bit of an effect on the scoring for them. But
well, yeah, you never know what's going to happen there. Yeah. That's right. Things could be better for them. Things could be worse. They may have tried to use him to throw the ball more. Oil City's secondary has done a very good job of being able to cover receivers, be in position, and when that ball's in the air, they come get it. They attack it. And that's one of the things that I really like about Oil City's defense. And to be honest with you, we probably didn't see as much as we should have against Titusville.
That's right.
These guys are attacking this whole half. These guys it's almost a fight among Oil City defense to see who's going to make the tackle. And it's really been fun to watch.
Bill, your take down there, I think Bill's still listening to us.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You're watching the band like I am, too, and trying to talk at the same time, and I'm having difficulties with that. But you're taking the first half.
Well, I think Oil City has done what they've done all year. That's why they're 6-0 right now. Holy cow. They're just manhandling the other team right now.
Yeah, total domination.
Total.
Yeah, and we kind of knew that coming into this, after seeing them. And the funny thing is here, we talked a little bit earlier pregame about Titusville and Oil City in that ball game. Titusville down just 2 scores, 16-0 at the end of the first quarter into the second quarter. And, you kind of went away from that game thinking, are these, just how good is this Oil City team? Of course, Titusville suffering a tough year again. But you got done with that ball game, you thought, a little bit of questioning as to just how good this Oil City team is. And tonight you see it. They're very, very good.
Well, I've been very impressed with them, and it's going to be fun now with this game, assuming this game ends the way it's going right now, and no reason to think that it's not going to. I haven't heard anything about the Meadville-Harbor Creek game. I won't hear anything because it's
if you're waiting to hear something there, please don't be holding your breath.
Yeah, it's Monday night. Hey, speaking of hearing, let's bring you some of the sights and sounds of the band tonight, and then we'll go through the first half stats. Well, they sound terrific. It's great to see them out on the field, especially with the way things have gone this year. It's great to have these elements back as part of your Friday night football game.
Luke, before we get off of that, just a little analyzation.
All right, Jim.
An analyzation of the band. Notice where the brass is and the big sound you're getting. Very well designed, having the brass right in the center. You're going to like that. You probably didn't notice that, did you?
Well, Steve and I were talking about the band. No, we were.
This is interesting. I was talking about poetry and pregame, and now we're talking about the brass.
After 6 weeks of COVID football, we're different men, guys.
That's right.
We are. I want to hear that poem that Dave was going to write about.
I need the governor to open up football back home.
We are men of the new millennium.
Oh, no.
Hey, Gavin, after the band during the game, actually we've been asked if we could spotlight the cheerleaders as well, so maybe you can find the cheerleaders, not right now, but when they're back, get a camera down on them. All right, let's go over the first half stats, guys.
Okay, first half stats.
I can't see them.
I can't see them yet either, so that's why we're not actually touching on them right now.
Oh, I see. Okay. I'll sit down and wait.
Well, you're going to see the domination of the Oil City line here, both on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, we got them up here. Passing yards, minimal, 20 for Cash, 72 for Oil City. But the rushing yards, like you said, Dave, domination.
Yeah.
241 rushing yards for the Oil City Oilers.
And Russell's got 171 of those unofficially.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns. The only mistake, really, only miscue was his fumble in the first drive, which looked like they're heading to the end zone as well. And other than that, I mean, even the passing game's looking pretty sharp too.
Yeah, I mean, Oil City 3 of 7 for 72 yards. Of course, the bulk of that on the touchdown throw for Oil City. Cash, as we expected in the passing game, 3 of 10 for only 20 yards. They're not being able to get the ball downfield at all. And again, there's a lot of things playing into this, but you can see right off the rushing yard totals, almost 200 yards more rushing yards for Oil City than Cash. And a lot of that you have to attribute, obviously, David, to the front five. They're just doing an outstanding job of opening things up.
It's very easy for a back, and you know, he's going to need to take him out for dinner. I hate to tell him that, but he's very clean coming on through that line and everything until he gets to that second level, and then he's doing his job of reading the blocks. But the wide receivers are doing an excellent job well, blocking downfield. I mean, he doesn't have to run over a whole lot of people on some of these bigger runs, and it's just a very good team effort.
They've done a very nice job overall. Like I said, that's what you've got to do in playoff football. You have to step up your level of play. Oil City's done that.
All righty, guys, second half action coming up. It's the Oilers and the Eagles here at Oil City High School at the Oil Field. We'll be back right after this. When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide supplier of high-quality logs and lumber located along Titusville Road in Pleasantville. Pennsylvania Hardwoods purchases standing timber and logs and some of the world's highest quality hardwood, which is growing right in your backyard. For a free appraisal, call Pennsylvania Hardwoods at 814-590-6730.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Franklin True Value. Behind every good project is your Franklin True Value. And welcome back. Second half action, moments away. Our coverage of Oil City Oiler football tonight. Big thanks to all our sponsors, by the way. Without them, we couldn't be here tonight. And we want to thank all those who made that possible here in the semifinal round. The Oil City Area Education Association. A big thanks to those folks. Also tonight, a big thanks to Marsh Heating and Cooling. 678-1101 for Marsh Heating and Cooling by Pathways. Your pathway to success. By the Blue and White Athletic Boosters. Oiler coverage tonight also brought to you by Anderson Physical Therapy. By Pennsylvania Hardwoods. by Dr. Timothy Brooks. And by Franklin True Value. Big thanks to all our sponsors allowing us to be here tonight. I want to thank Tim and Scott. Tell you what, they really made tonight happen, so big thanks to those folks. And there's the cheerleaders for the Oilers, and as you can see, a lot of fans in the stands here, Steve.
Yeah, and it's a nice thing to, we're starting to open things up a little bit. At least here in Pennsylvania, we're starting to open things up a little bit. And you have to understand here that you see the fans in Cass side and the Oil City side, and it looks sparse because there's a limit. I truly believe that if things were normal, the way things would be here is that this stadium would be packed on both sides, and it would be really loud. Well, at least on the Oil City side right now, it would be very loud.
Although it is amazing how loud it can get with just a few fans.
Oh yeah, it is. You get just a few people, particularly around you, and it can get loud here. And they've been excited a lot here tonight. Had a lot to cheer about, obviously. For Oil City. Cash on the other sideline, not so much. They're probably wondering what's going on here and what happened here. Again, Cash, we're not saying that Cash is a bad football team. They're a decent football team. They've got a little bit of size and they have some skills too. But right now they're just being manhandled up front and entirely by Oil City.
You're talking about the numbers of people here. I think I was told by one of the fans earlier, 736 was the number they could put in. But they were mentioning how they sent tickets over to Cash, and Cash would sell the tickets, and then Cash sent back the tickets that didn't sell to the Oil City fans, so more Oil City people could get in, which is kind of a neat thing. They could have just kept the tickets or whatever, but they sent back the ones they could not sell to their fans, and more Oil City people get in. So worked out pretty nice that way.
Well, that's what you got to do today.
Yep.
It's just the way it is.
Just got to help each
we've
other
got
out.
our tickets from that scalper out front, so it just worked out.
I printed mine online.
Did you?
Yeah, I went to Ticketmaster and got mine.
I didn't know we had to have tickets.
Shoot, I jumped the fence. By the way, we got to
Yeah, you jumped the fence.
We need to take a stop by the hospital on the way home.
He's stitched up.
I've seen you air out at 2 inches, buddy. You might have jumped a blade of grass, but
37-0 here as we get ready to go second half. When we get back to football here.
Hey, down to the field to Bill McCrillis before we start here. Bill, it's been a beautiful night so far. I keep looking up at the sky. I know the Titusville Maplewood game has been delayed. They haven't even started. They're going to kick off at 9 tonight.
What's going on out there? You have anything?
Weather
in town.
Wow. Cash brings the ball out across the 25. And, just about to the 25. That's what put it in play first down and 10. That was
Grover,
Braden
Grover bringing it up from about, the 5. So that's a nice return for Cash. The interesting thing here now that you get into with Oil City is just how long do you play your starters knowing that you've got another game coming up next week against either Harbor Creek or Meadville? How long do you let your starters go in there versus your fear of maybe somebody getting hurt? We'll have to keep an eye on how they play that.
And you don't know what their seconds are like. How quickly do you start playing seconds? So we don't know. Ball's given off to the ball carrier coming across the right side, Grover, and he's going to get tossed for about a 2-yard loss, it looks like.
Boy, it looked like he had the edge over there, but Crocker from the middle linebacker just cuts him off. Again, these linebackers for Oil City, they attack upfield, and they do it in a hurry.
Yeah, nice lateral movement to the side and just kind of sizing them up and just waiting for that open shot. So, real nice form.
Well, and that's the other thing. The other thing is when these lateral plays, they're taking the proper angle so the running back can't cut back on them.
Trips to the right now for Cash as they have the ball second down and 11, loss of 1 on the play. Peter Goal, quarterback, looking to throw. Left side gets the man to the outside. The pass is complete but covered immediately and brought down instantly by Oil City. That would be Stallman with a tackle.
Stallman's played a very nice ball game at that corner position tonight. He sits on routes very well. He doesn't bite on a whole lot of fakes. Again, This is not what Cash is designed to do. They like to run the ball, but now they're going to have to put the ball in the air.
Trips right, single to the left, 3rd down 7. Quarterback's going to keep the ball straight up the middle. Is going to get nothing. Well, check that. He picked up more than I thought. He got through there, didn't he? Yeah. I thought they stopped him at the line of scrimmage to pick up about 3 or 4 in the play, bring up a 4th and short. What will they do now? Kicking into the wind.
I'd be tempted to kick it. I don't want to give them I don't want to give them any shorter a field than.
Hey, try to draw them off.
Well, it's 4th down and about 2, so if they draw them off, they can get the first down. But Oil City's going to play it like a run. They get burned the first time. They're not going to try it again here. On the snap, low snap, and he does kick it. Get a nice kick. Off to the left side, it hits at the 35, inside the 30, get away from it. Yeah, 22-yard line, 23-yard line. That's a nice punt.
Yeah, it's not a bad punt, especially after he looked like he was thinking about taking off with it and then thought the better of it. Again, Oil City, you're right, playing that one safe, not really rushing and not a whole lot of pressure, and but just not letting him think he can get away with it, and they'll just let it bounce. And why not? Your offense has been almost unstoppable tonight, and they're not going to punt the ball into the end zone. Even if they did, they'd only lose about 2 or 3 yards because the punt was very well done.
1st down and 10 for Oil City at their own 23. Stallman to come wide to the left. Again, they stay in that power I. Strong side left, it looks like. To the tailback, driving off the right side, out across the 30, into the 35, and knocked out of bounds about the 37, and that will be Cam Russell. Flag on the play.
Over here.
On the far side. Not sure what that's going to be.
Sideline.
Looks to me like they're okay.
Well, I think there might be a little chirping for some reason, and that could be his way of saying no more.
Could be.
I'm not too sure what they would be chirping about.
Well,
to be honest with you, this game, that's the other thing we haven't noticed is a whole lot of penalties. Both sides
very clean.
Playing this pretty clean.
Been good and clean, yep.
1st down and 10. The ball is moved out to the 31, check that 36-yard line. 37-0 if you just joined us. Oil City on top with 8:33 to go here in the third. It'll be a running clock. Oil City with 1 wide right.
Counter.
Giving off on a counter. Cam Russell out across the 40 and the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Boy, he's a strong runner.
Well, and he's 7 yards downfield before the first contact. Nice job tackling. Coming up there, going low on him, and you definitely need to go low here. But they're not reading the pullers, and a lot of times you tell your D lineman if your man leaves the pull, you get in his back pocket and try to get through there. But they're a little bit late in dissecting that one.
Hey guys, I just want to thank all those who made this possible. Streaming these games live is not cheap. I want to thank Oil City Area Education Association. Jim?
2nd down and 1 play, and it's going to come to the outside. It will be Cam Russell carrying the ball. Takes it to about the 47.
Yeah, so Oil City Area Education Association, those folks stepping up and helping tonight. Also, Troy Marsh at Marsh Heating and Cooling. Who would have thought we would have needed the AC units tonight in here, but big thanks to them. Pathways, thank you to the folks at Pathways. And, of course, we want to thank the Blue and White Athletic Boosters. What a fantastic season Oil City's had, and greatly appreciate their support for us tonight.
Quick out on the right side. Pass is complete to Dakota Cole. Cuts up across the 45, inside the 42. Almost looks like enough for a first down. Bill, we're going to have to get these guys up here in the booth to make some spots. I don't see the moon anymore. That means it's clouding up down there.
I couldn't tell you if there's any clouds or not. It's pretty dang dark.
I've been watching it. It's gone. And
the wind's kicking up a little bit more now, too. It died down a little bit.
Yeah, I don't handle rain and snow real well, so we may have to make a run for it.
Well, the first sight of rain, I'll be right beside you.
Okay. 1st down and 10. Oil City with another drive going. 6:45 left to go here in the third.
Gavin didn't bring me the umbrella.
Yeah, that's how he is. Gets 1 week off, and that's what happens. Stack coming across the left side. Boy, he runs hard inside the 35 to 32. We talk about Cam Russell, who's a very fine running back, but this Sean Stack takes no second seat to anybody.
No, he really doesn't. And again, he's got decent speed, and his balance isn't too bad, but he's not going to try to juke you a whole lot. He's just going to be a north and south runner, and you're going to have to pay a price to bring him off his feet.
I was just looking here. He's not a real big boy, 5'9", 180. Well, 180 is a pretty good sized boy at 5'9", I guess. I formation again. Stall, pitch back to Stack, straight ahead, cuts to the right side, out across the 30, 25, touchdown. That's a heck of a run. Wow, that was nice.
A lot of short arm tackling attempts there in the middle by Cash. I think you're seeing a little bit of wearing down right now, but that's just, he hit that hole and went.
Big, quick cut.
I'll tell you guys, you should have been standing where I am and watch that play develop and watch him hit that hole. Wow.
Well, it's just, it's just domination up front by Oil City. But, as good as these linemen are, these running backs have a responsibility to reward them by hitting the hole and hitting it hard. And that's what they do. They see that opening and they go, and they're very good at it. And, again, that's why you're seeing Oil City now up 43-0 and doing it predominantly on the ground. I doubt you'll see the ball in the air from Oil City again tonight.
Well, I was wondering, you're talking about how long when they play the first. Is there an opportunity here? Are you attempting to send a message to Harbor Creek with a score like this? I mean, you're in the playoffs. It's a little different than normal season play. So is that something you'd want to do as a coach, is to try to say, hey, watch out, we're coming?
I don't know that
they've done it all year long, though, haven't they, Jim?
Yeah, they're so consistent.
Yeah,
and I'm not too sure that even if, assuming Harbor Creek beats Meadville, and we don't even know that will happen yet, but if it does happen, if I'm a player at Harbor Creek, my first response is going to be, look at who you're playing.
Well,
that's comfort. I mean, that's just the common train of thought is, you guys haven't played anybody like we have, because our league is always better than your league, no matter what team you're on.
Yeah. Well, but you don't need to say anything to Meadville. Meadville's seen them.
Well, exactly. Meadville knows what they're facing.
That's why I was just wondering if maybe they were.
I'll be honest.
Ahead.
In our situation, we'd only watch the first half film.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that because you get bored or what?
No, we would see everything we feel we need to see in the first half.
The chipmunk runs out of gas. And they can't.
Or they run out of Doritos and they.
I just wouldn't take the time, quite honestly, to watch that much film. Especially the boys have it. They have access to it themselves and everything. Because you're not seeing anything special in the second half you didn't already see in the first half as far as scheme goes.
Especially if you're up 35-0.
Yeah, so we probably would not take the time to. So whatever they do here in the second half is just, I don't think there's that much put into it.
Okay, Mr. Producer. Mr. Producer just cut my question out when you. I didn't mean to bring it up. I'm sorry. God.
You asked a question.
I did. It's a dumb question.
Okay, I'm reclaiming my time again, Luke.
Kick by Dakota Cole is up off to the right. It's no good. 5:54 to go in the third. 43-0 Oil City. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I'm good. I'm enjoying this nice little breeze up here. It's late October.
As they talk about it here, we're going to run the replay of the touchdown run here. And again, this is just in between the guard tackle gap, and then again, nobody's there to touch him at the line of scrimmage. He gets into the linebackers. And to be honest with you, I think there's a whole lot of fatigue right now on the part of Cash, particularly in their front seven defensively, because they've been pushed on and beat on so much in this ball game. They're a step slower. That's why I think we're seeing them reach for tackles instead of trying to get shoulders into tackles. And they've got we're just under the 6-minute mark here in the third quarter because it's going to be a running clock. But again, a little bit of both physical tired and maybe some mental fatigue now setting in on Cash.
I don't know, David, you're keeping some stats. I don't know if you keep this or not. How many possessions has Oil City had and how many?
That one I couldn't tell you for sure.
How many times have they not
They fumbled
scored?
that first drive.
I think that's the only
and that
one.
That might be it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We got our stats guy cheap, so don't expect a whole lot. And they're very unofficial.
It's amazing what you can get accomplished with a free app. Maybe if he'd have spent the $2.99 on the paid app,
we gave him a bunch.
get a free
$4.99. Thank you very much.
Dakota Cole kicking off, and it's going to come down to the right side. It's going to hit and bounce at the 10. Picked up at the 10, comes across the 15, and down at the 12-yard line, 15-yard line, excuse me.
Nice play, Upperfield.
Kevin Pearsall, he is a freshman now, making a nice tackle here. A little bit of confusion, I thought here. Again, I don't like the ball on a kickoff or a punt. I don't like to see the ball hit the ground, but here he comes down. First man down, does a nice job. Again, that's a freshman making the tackle.
Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I'd prefer not to hit the ground.
Even today, I think, even in high school, David, can't you still fair catch a kickoff?
Sure.
Yeah, so I just don't. I'm just not a proponent of a ball hitting the ground at all.
First down and 10 for the Eagles. They're at their own 15. Doubles left, single right. Petergall rolling to his left. Looking down yet. Wants to go across his body. Now picks it up. It's Mr. Stahl had himself looking down the field, I think, there. As Holton Stahl almost intercepted.
Yeah, right position. We just got to catch the ball first here. You're going to see him roll to his left. Now he's going to get some pressure here from Crocker, the linebacker, right about here. He's just trying to make a play here. The quarterback is. Again, though, it's only first down. You got to learn to throw that ball away possibly and live for second down.
Brings up a second down and 10. Groover will come wide to the right. They have 2 to the left. Petergall gives it off to the tailback, driving straight ahead. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and maybe pick up 1 on the play.
That's the outside linebacker, Kiefer, doing a nice job of meeting him in the hole. That's one of the things we've talked about here again, Dave, is that Oil City, when they first guy hits you, he wraps up. There's not normally an opportunity to break away and get more yardage. They're very good at that.
Yeah, and I like how many guys get to the ball.
But
the team tackling and everything. I really look at that, and I like that energy.
Is that heavy, Bill?
Yeah, come on, good.
But that's the thing, is that we've talked about raising the level of play and playoff football and stuff, and we, in all honesty, we didn't see this type of aggression in their defense when they were at Titusville.
No,
not at all. I think they're playing at a playoff level.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They understand what you've got to do here. Yeah, they understand what has to be done in playoff competition, and they're doing it. And they've taken cash out of just about any type of offense they want to try to run.
Well, and 22 seniors, I believe, is what they have. And they have not accomplished, I'm sure, their team goals and that sort of thing as far as how far they want to make a run in the past years. While they're happy with their success, they want more, and this is I think they just showing that they understand that this is business.
One of the things too that we haven't talked. This is 4A football. If you look across the sidelines, you have I'm not sure the roster of Oil City. I'm going to say 60, and opposed to 36 on the other side. But it's school population is what determines what classification you're in, and Oil City jumps. And so if you're looking at, if you're viewing this ball game and you see the difference in the sizes of the team in terms of numbers, it has to do with school population and not how many kids you can put in uniform. But Oil City has a lot of young men.
Yeah, they even jump off sides as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get excited.
That's a very together organization they've got going on here.
Third down and 2. Petergall wants to throw it, goes to the outside. The pass is in and out of the hands.
That.
So Walker,
first down.
Zachary Walker missed it.
Got to catch that.
Yeah, don't let it get to your body.
Brings up fourth down.
Yeah, when you're struggling like this, and of course we've said it a lot this year, somebody's got to step up. Somebody's got to make a play here. An opportunity there goes by the wayside. I know it's not necessarily exactly where you want the ball to be placed, but you still have to make that catch.
Yeah, you got to help him out. He's in here trying to fill,
Yeah, he's filling it. He's filling a role.
You got to try to help him out there.
Well, at this point, you're just trying to make a play for your team.
Yeah.
Keep a hold of the ball. You don't want this going back to Oil City.
Fourth down and 3. Oil City shows punt formation. They did fake it once this evening. Pretty good snap, and Walker gets the kick away. It's a low kick.
Tipped.
And it was a tipped?
Yes.
And they're going to down it at the 41-yard line, so it'd be a short field for Oil City.
Yeah, Fontanaza, I believe, tipped it.
Well, it's one of the things when you see this young man is kind of like an Australian football kicker, and he takes 2 or 3 steps, and his come forward. That just brings you right into trouble if you come too straight. I'd like to, if he's going to do that, maybe come a little bit more
usually
sideways.
You do take that more banana, we call it
yeah.
kind of, to get outside there a little bit, almost even outside the tackle box, if you will, and swing that leg to the side a little bit.
First down and 10, Oil City. They're at the 40-yard line of Conneaut with 3 minutes left to go, clock running. Same formation, single left with Dakota Cole.
Gonna throw it.
Stahl wants to throw, looking downfield. Got a man over the middle. He's going to go deep into the end zone. It is complete to Dakota Cole. What a heck of a catch. Right into a double coverage, but Cole goes up and pulls it down at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, the safety who's in front of him here, I believe it's the safety ends up being in front of him, doesn't see the ball. He was in a good position to make a play on the ball, just doesn't see it. And
again, look at the time he's got to throw this ball.
He does. He took a shot after he threw it, too.
Yeah, I don't know what the safety's looking at. His head's not even at the ball.
He's not seeing it, and he's in position.
And again, we talked about this coming up here, too, a little bit in this situation. If you're Cash in that position there, you got to be aggressive at the ball. Even if you get the interference call, it's just a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
They're not first and goal again. So, just a misplay defensively. I think that ball really should have been
that could have been a
picked off
right there.
Yeah, it should have been picked off.
Dakota Cole was the injured player. Maybe took a pretty good hard fall when he went up to catch that. Pretty good hard fall. What kind of a fall was that?
Well, it's
kind of like
than
jumping over the fence?
Something like that, yeah.
I'll show you later.
That's a win thing. Yeah, okay.
No thanks.
We'll film that too.
Yeah. First down and goal from inside the 1 for the Oilers. With 2:30 left to go in the third quarter. Holton Stahl gives it off the tailback, and Cam Russell will take it in for the touchdown. 49-0 with 2:20 left to go in the third quarter.
Again, this is to the right side. I don't know, Dave. I don't know what you see from up there, but it doesn't look like there's much pushback on the part of Cash.
Easy.
Yeah, I just tired. It's been a long night. We still have a whole another quarter to go as far as that goes, and being inside the 1 right there.
Yeah, just kind of we're starting to see them. Their alignment, too, kind of starts standing straight up, and that leads me to believe that you're just getting real tired.
Extra point attempt is going to be wide right and short, so it'll be no good. With 2:22 left to go in the third, 49-0 Oil City, totally dominating.
So far, the only thing we found out for Oil City tonight is their Achilles heel is the extra point try.
Yeah. Like David said, that's
actually trying to kick it. Now, their 2-point conversion team,
pretty good.
They're pretty good, but their kicking game, at least for the extra points, having a little bit of trouble.
Well, and this is the thing about high school football is if you're going to go make a deep run in the state playoffs, you're going to run into the weather.
Yeah.
And you've got to be able to churn this out on the ground. You want to be able to throw a little bit and keep people honest with you so they don't load, 9, 10 in the box kind of a thing, which Oil City can definitely do. But the fact that they can kind of ground and pound is going to, when the weather turns.
Well, and how many times, David, have we watched football with the spread offense and they get inside the red zone and it shortens that field?
Yeah.
And if you can't pound it out, you could get yourself in some real trouble with that spread stuff. Not that it's a bad offense.
No, not bad, but there's
got to be able to run the ball.
Yeah, but the spread offense, it's always seemed to me to be a 20-20.
Yeah, inside
offense.
the 20.
It's made to be more wide open.
You've got to score from outside the red zone in that offense.
Dakota Cole tees it up with 2:22 left to go in the third. Kickoff's going to come down and over the head into the end zone, so it'll bring it out to the 20. So, yeah, you got to be able to pound that ball in, and when you get inside that red zone, things shorten up a little bit. So Oil City's got something going for them in that respect.
Well, in their running game, they have, it's not just a one-headed monster.
No, it's not. We found that out today. I'm actually quite surprised because I thought Russell was it. Not to take anything away from Mr. Russell. Right. He's quite good, but this Sean Stack.
Well, and no offense to the running backs, but I can probably get 100 yards. the holes that they create and such.
Yeah. They're just good.
We have a viewer asking if anyone knows how many points Oil City's allowed all season. They're guessing it's been pretty few.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know.
Be,
You've got throw that. Do you have that graphic that we had at the beginning of the game with a season review? We might be able to total that up real quick as this third quarter, starts winding down under 2 minutes to go.
That first down and 10 pass was to Braden Gruber.
6, 20, 33. In the first 3 games, they've held people scoreless in our last 3 games.
So they've given up 33 this season.
Yep.
Wow. That's not too bad.
That's pretty good.
Peter Gold, right over the middle. Pass is complete. Well, nice stick.
To watch the tackle. And again,
nice tackle.
Nice form.
Stack.
Yeah, the tackling technique here is very, very good. These guys get shoulders in.
They just enjoy being physical.
They do. They enjoy it. And you remember, David, back when Mark was playing, my oldest boy in Titusville was same type of situation with big lines and stuff, how much they enjoyed.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah, they enjoyed hitting. Yeah, that's what Oil City is right now.
Peter Gold at quarterback on the snap, looking to his right. Pass is complete.
Oh,
nice catch. Inside the 30 to about the 33-yard line, enough for a first down. That pass was complete.
That time Stack was standing right beside him.
Yeah, he's got that overplayed really, really well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how this ball gets in here. You can see Stack attacks up, doesn't interfere. Nice catch.
It's just a nice
catch.
Yeah, it's a nice
Brady
play
Walker
by
on the
Cash.
catch.
Yeah, it's just a good catch. And again, you're going to see this quarterback. He's probably been told, even if they're covered, you got to force it in to try to get something going.
First down and 10. Quick out to the right side to Walker. Walker cuts up field, and he's going to be out to about the 36-yard line. Pick up about 4 in the play.
With a catch for about a yard or 2.
Again, you got Stack and Kiefer both there.
Dragotta here, the D-end here on this side. All he really had to do was get his arms up.
Yeah.
That was not far over his head.
Yeah, that's
D lineman. And that ball, he's getting ready to throw that because your eyes should be up. You got to try to get your hands up.
Well, and he's in for the run for Wright. Wright has been playing that position up until this series.
Into the third quarter, 49-0. Oil City on top. Back with the fourth right after this.
When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
And we're back here at Oil City. I was just looking here because we talked earlier about how the clouds are moving in. When we got to the game, looking at my weather app that I didn't pay for either, Dave, but about 10 o'clock they were shooting about 50%. It's now been dropped down to about 19% to 20%. So the rain apparently missing Oil City tonight. So this ball game, last 12 minutes here, should be dry.
It has been raining footballs for Oil City.
Yeah, it has.
Walker out of the Wildcat, throws deep and overthrows him into the 40-yard line.
That was kind of a look and chuck it type of type of throw there.
Kind of was. Walker to Walker is what they were trying to do, I believe. And don't know whether they're brothers or not. Brady Walker and Zachary Walker.
It might be because I think one was saying to the other, did you see what I had to go through to throw that?
Wait till we get home. We've had some conversations like that in our house.
Third down and 7. Now Walker, Zachary goes in motion. Walker, Brady Rolling to his right. He's going to
got
pull it down across the 40, 45, and knocked out of bounds right around the 47, enough for the first down.
That's a good read by the quarterback as he's rolling out there, keeping his eyes downfield, sees the outside open and tucks it and turns upfield and gets the first down.
You're a little bit surprised, Dave, they didn't go back to this a little quicker for the Wildcat?
I would not have left it,
yeah,
to be honest with you. Even in that same drive, like I would at least try to continue it with the whole drive. But, you know, maybe he needed a break. You know, who knows what on that drive as far as I don't even know how often they've used that Wildcat that we're calling it.
Right, they've got him. They've pulled him out again. Peter Gold's back in at quarterback, so they're going back to their base offense.
Doubles right, doubles left for the Eagles. Lewandowski leads the way. Peter Gold right behind him. Goes to midfield and is going to be brought down right about midfield, 50. That would be midfield.
I think this is it almost looks like Cash is saying, okay, we're just going to go back to trying to establish what it is we did during the year.
Well, their goal right now really is get some points on the board.
Yeah, you want to get you want to score.
Don't care
now.
about the clock. Don't care about this or that. Just want to get some score.
Second down at about 7. Doubles left, doubles right. Peter Gold going to throw out to the left side and overthrows Walker. Actually misses him by about 3 steps.
Yeah, he's got to step back, and that back foot's got to be planted. He's almost backpedaling while he's trying to throw. He's got to plant that back foot on that drop and then step towards his receivers.
9:50 left to go in the ball game. 49-0 Oil City. Been all Oil City this evening. Cash with the ball at midfield. 3rd down 7. Looking for the play call from the sideline. Peter Gold. Pitch. No, throws over the middle. Nice pass.
Nice
catch.
It?
He did. He
To be honest, I thought he was interfered with too.
Yeah, one of the few mistakes I thought by Crocker tonight. Just didn't have his head turned. He's running with him. Okay,
drop's good, but
his drop's good, but he allows the receiver to come inside. Just a little bit slow. Reacted to that pass route, I think.
That was a nice catch by Mahoshi. Good concentration. 1st down and 10. For Cash. Peter Gold going to go to the left side here to Lewandowski. Crocker misses him, and he drives straight ahead at the 35. He'll be inside. Fumble is picked up by Oil City. Holton Stahl down at the 40, the 35, the 30. Got an angle on him. He breaks into the inside, and he's in for the touchdown.
More importantly, they've got a guy down. This is what we worried about. We've talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about, you'd mentioned that how long do you play your starters, and this is a big one. This is Mr. Crocker. And
I think he might have took a helmet right in the stomach.
Well, it looked like
that, or he's grabbing a thigh.
We're going to see it. He's reading it. He's got the coverage on the back. He comes up to make a tackle, and he overruns it just a little bit. I didn't see anything there. But we'll see what happens here. But this is one of the things you worry about, and that's the thing that coaches, that's the game in this situation coaches have to play is how long do I keep this kid on the field versus an injury that might hurt me down the road.
This young man was hurt a year ago, if I recall. Didn't he? Is this? I'm not sure about that.
I'm not too sure either. It might have been 2 years ago. We were doing. I think we were doing.
We were doing the game. I think
General McLean in Oil City a couple of years ago, maybe.
And it was a knee.
And somebody went down. So
we'll see. Coaching staff's out, looking.
Well, I didn't see. Can't see replay, but I didn't know if his foot got stuck in the turf and he twisted or.
It looks a little bit like. It looks a little bit like something got stuck in there, but again.
Tweak it a little.
Yeah, he's walking okay. We're going to see it here again, and he reads it coming out of the backfield just a little bit high. Yeah, I didn't see anything stick necessarily. Now, it could be that he might have felt a little twinge in there and just stay put, which I don't blame him for that. But, again, we hope because we've really enjoyed watching this young man play football, particularly the linebacker position. He's really played well out of the linebacker position tonight, so hopefully it's just something he just tweaked a little bit, and he'll be fine. He'll be back next week.
Looks pretty relaxed on the sideline.
He does, flexing it pretty good, so we'll see. Anyway, Mr. Stahl picks up the touchdown via the fumble pickup. That's that scooping. What were you calling that, Dave?
Scoop and score.
Scoop and score. He understands the game and took it in for the touchdown, 55-0, and now Dakota.
You want to have a good time. Watch linemen have some fun with that in practice. Tell them to get a chance to score.
That's why they're linemen, huh? Snap, place kick is up, and the place kick is good. That thing, I don't know. It seemed like a little bit of a hesitation there, but nonetheless, Dakota Cole picks up the extra point. 56-0, excuse me, with 8:47 to go in the ball game.
Well, there's just not much more to say than what we've seen here. Oil City been able to score just about every which way tonight. And again, now if you're Cash, what do you do here, Dave? If you're Cash, you're going to put in your backups, give them a chance to play a little bit in a playoff game, or you're going to keep your ones in?
I'm keeping my seniors in. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'm definitely keeping my seniors in, and then from there, but I don't know if I want to start subbing my guys until Oil City does, because I may not want some of my twos against their ones, to be honest with you, depending on how they're going to match up and how physically prepared they may be or so.
Right.
Because they don't have a lot of depth there. But yeah, I'm starting to try to get everybody.
Yeah, I'm thinking here for Oil City.
If I'm Oil City,
if I'm Oil City, my guys are out.
Oh my goodness!
I'm not. None of. I'm.
After that last.
That's the warning
situation.
shot across your bow. You're
yeah.
not taking a. I'm not taking any more chances here.
Yeah. Dakota Cole will tee it up at the 40, leading 56-0. Walker stands back at his own 10, and it's going to be on the ground, a missed kick. And you better pick it up or get on it.
All on. Still loose.
And they finally get on it at about the 27-yard line. Well, I wasn't sure that thing was going to get away from them there.
Well, when I was talking about Cash leaving their seniors in, Oil City may want to do the same thing, but you got 22 of them, and this is their last home game ever,
That's right.
They're trying to rotate some of them in as well.
Well, I see some of the original linemen going out
But
there.
they still have a lot of ones.
They still have a lot of ones going in the ball game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things as a coach, you have to make a decision on what to do. This game's over. I guess I have the tendency to. But see, what we don't know. We sit up here. We don't know what their twos are like. We don't know if they're strong. They're freshmen, sophomores.
But the other thing is
they're not going to lose it.
You're not going to lose this game.
You're not going to lose it, but you don't want you get your freshmen, sophomores out there against seniors getting banged up either. Quick pass out to the right side. The pass is complete to Walker. He's at the 30 and brought down. No, he's not. Now he's brought out of bounds. Stallman.
Now that was a good time. D-line there getting two guys trying to get their hands up on that pass. But nice pitch and catch. Nice job coming up and making the tackle. So that's just a well-done play on both sides.
Out to the 31. Brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Well, I'm starting to see where every once in a while we're seeing a new number come in on defense.
Mm-hmm.
7:45 left to go in the ball game. Trips to the right side for the Eagles. Pass over the middle, and it is incomplete.
No,
it's caught off.
That bounced.
Did it bounce?
I think it did.
I thought it bounced.
Bill, did it bounce?
It bounced.
Well, that is a definitive answer. I was going to call it complete interception.
We're looking at it here on replay, and the ball's going to come up short. You know what? Back that up just a little bit here. I don't know.
Yeah,
looking at it, his hands look to be underneath the ball.
I was looking right down the line at it. That's what I saw.
I think New York would overturn this.
Well,
we got to get 3 commercials in first.
7 minutes left to go in the ball game as Cash has the ball. 3rd down and 6. Trips right, single left. Now they put a man in motion. Walker to the right. And the quarterback keeps it straight up the middle. He's across the 35.
That's a success they were having in the first half.
Yep, and that would be Brady Walker on the.
Are you going to give him a first down?
Yep, first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went away from that. That was the only success they were really having offensively early on.
How many, what options do you have out of that? I mean, how often does a guy like Brady Walker handle this ball in terms of running just power straight ahead or high snap? Walker's off the right side and spins in probably no gain.
Yeah, high snap throws off all the timing.
But what do you do with it? I mean, you get a guy like Walker, you can't run options off of it. He's probably not the ball handler
you've got
to do that.
you got the man in motion for a sweep, for a jet sweep there. You got the trap that he's been running with, and you can throw off of it, maybe a quick slant or so, or that jet sweep man into the flats. But again, I don't know if this is something new they threw in for this week or.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Peter go back in anyway at quarterback. Dropping back to throw, rolling to his left, still rolling to his left, and he's going to get smacked and brought down at about the 22-yard line. Big loss in the play.
Good decision to eat that one.
Yeah, it is. Again, that's Russell.
Cam Russell.
He's going to come from the left defensive end position. He's just going to run him down. I don't know that anybody put a hand on him, to be honest with you. He got there in a hurry.
Very quick.
Watch the screen. Brings up a third down and a whole bunch. Not a play that Conneaut really wants to be into. Third and, about 20? 23? Doubles both ways for Conneaut. Ball's handed off the tailback, driving straight ahead. He'll come out to the 30, and that's as far as he's going to go. Bring up a fourth down and a whole lot.
Yeah, Fontanazzo and Agros both there on the stop. And again, you just can't get these big boys off the line when they're on defense. They just do a very good job of getting their hands up into the offensive linemen and pushing them away so that they can't get into their bodies and move them.
Now I'm looking at Angros standing right next to Fontanazzo, and Angros is at 6'3", Fontanazzo 6'2". It looks to me like there's 6'4" and 6 foot. There's a big difference between the two boys in height, so instead of just 1 inch, is that just my high snap? Got the kick away, and it's going to hit. And it's not going to hit. It's going to come flying out of bounds. We'll see where they spot.
People think I'm 3'2" and I'm standing next to you, Jim.
Well, I always been interested as a basketball coach, looking at the lineups. I always get 6'2", you mark him 6'3". Football, if he's 270, you mark it 290. I'm just curious, when they stand right next to each other, they don't look like there's just 1 inch difference in height. There is 282 to 295. There's about 13 pounds difference, but I mean, it's a major situation here with 4:17 left to go.
Yeah, it could make all the difference. The way this ball game's going to play out.
All seconds in now for Oil City.
I'll say that one of the biggest things I'll take away tonight is the consistency in Oil City. On both sides of the ball, all three phases. Very consistent, very clean. Just well executed ball club.
Highfield now will be at quarterback. 5'10" sophomore. Waiting for the clock to run down. Now under center. Pitch back to the tailback. Tries to get to the outside, and he's going to make one man miss. And boy, he drives right straight ahead. Inside the 50 to about the 48. That's a heck of a run. I don't have a 20.
I don't have a 27 either.
Did you hear the name called out?
Hey, Bill.
Yo.
Hey, can you grab Richard Sayer right next to you with the big camera?
Yeah. You want me to grab him?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Here he is.
Is that Rich?
Yeah, it's Richard Sayer. Richard
Hey.
did a nice story on.
Can't hear anything. Hello.
Hey, Richard, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hey, we want to thank you for a great job you did on Jim Bodemer. Of course, he's doing the play-by-play tonight, but you made him appear a lot larger than life.
Just tell them don't have the family come find me. That's all.
They're all with me, Rich.
That's right.
But you do a great job as a photographer and a storyteller, and you've been doing a fantastic job promoting a lot of great things happening here in Northwest Pennsylvania. So keep up the good work. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, hey, thanks, Jim, for letting me do the story, man.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. It was
Take care.
kind.
Yep, bye.
Third down and 5 for Oil City. The ball's at the 45-yard line. Conneaut. That was very nice of him. Appreciate it. Must be a bored life when you have to do a story on me.
Notice nobody commented.
Don't say that. I was just thinking about how he never called Mom.
I was going to say, how can we be nice about this response?
I just thought Bill would jump in there.
No.
pitch back to the tailback, and he's going to get tossed for a loss of about 4 or 5 on the play, depending on where they spot it. Yeah, Bill, you could at least. I didn't expect my family to back.
He was still getting his earpiece in. He wasn't quite sure what was said.
Oh, I heard it. I have no comment on that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're not riding with me, because you'd hear thump, thump, thump as you toss you out the door.
Hey, thanks again.
Oh, see, now, Steve, you should want to switch places with me if you can hear the band.
Oh, yeah? No, I don't think so.
I know that. I know 2 other kids in my family are going to inherit a whole lot more than the 2 that thought they were. They would have defended me.
We're playing Bonanza.
Yes,
yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Why couldn't you hear it?
Well,
somebody was talking.
I didn't know you wanted. You never want to listen to a band.
Is that why you named Adam?
What's that? Adam?
Adam.
Well, no.
I
Wasn't Adam
named
in
him Adam.
Bonanza?
I didn't name him Adam.
No. Wasn't Adam in Bonanza?
Delay a game.
Adam Cartwright, yes.
Yeah.
Adam Cartwright was. That's not why I named our Adam. If I'd have had my way, it'd have been John.
You told me Henrietta.
I want to know how many times you could say if I could have had it my way.
Yeah, that's the name of his other book that's coming out next fall.
No, that's your book. Anybody wants to complain about not getting his way, it was the young one.
Back to you, Jim. Back to you.
I'm out of here. Kick away. Russell with his first punt of the evening. And it hits at the 27 and spot where they'll be spotted down at the 27 with 55 seconds left to go in the ball game. Dakota Cole will spot it there. And the referee picks it up. First down and 10. And Cash will run out the clock here.
I think the officials here are saying, hurry up and put that thing in the ground so I can wind this up.
Wind this clock, yep.
Yeah.
55 seconds.
In all seriousness, really, this is not. I mean, I kind of expected coming into this game. I kind of expected Oil City to win this. I did not expect it to be this one-sided, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I thought it'd be dominant. I didn't think it'd be this way. I thought maybe 3 touchdowns.
Good for Oil City, though,
you're
heading
into next week, and you don't know who you're going to play yet. And, of course, a lot of people are expecting it to be Harbor Creek. I'm going to step out on a limb here and say no. I think Meadville wins that ball game.
Well, it's very possible. I haven't seen Harbor Creek. I know you said they're undefeated, but we've seen Meadville a couple of times, and they can put some points on the board on you. So, yeah, you might be right about that.
Yeah, one of the things that Meadville has is a lot of speed.
I wouldn't mind seeing a team in orange and black win a game, but...
Well, you keep holding your breath. One of those 2 Ohio teams will eventually do that for you.
Oh, my goodness. They're vicious here in the last 5 seconds.
There's only one that's orange and black.
And there's always next year.
Last play of the game, pass complete to the right side, out across the 40, the 45, the 50, and brought down at the Oil City 49, and that's where the ball game will end.
There's always next year, the motto of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield had a black eye.
Where's that mute button, Luke?
Coming up right now, Dave.
Final score, 56-0 Oilers, and they'll move on to the 4A District 10 championship game, either Harbor Creek or Meadville. That game be played Monday. We'll be back with a wrap-up right after this.
When it comes to your rehabilitation needs, you have a say in the kind of care you want to receive. At Anderson Physical Therapy, we are committed to your long-term health and well-being. We don't treat you like a patient, we treat you like a person, discussing your injury or condition and working on a game plan to get you back to better health. So stay on top of your game with the friendly and knowledgeable therapists at Anderson Physical Therapy on Route 257 Seneca.
Pennsylvania Hardwoods, a worldwide supplier of high-quality logs and lumber located along Titusville Road in Pleasantville. Pennsylvania Hardwoods purchases standing timber and logs and some of the world's highest quality hardwood, which is growing right in your backyard. For a free appraisal, call Pennsylvania Hardwoods at 814-590-6730.
Fall and football go hand in hand, just like yards and the products made by Steel. At True Value, we offer a full selection of Steel chainsaws, pole saws, leaf blowers, weed eaters, and hedge trimmers to prepare your yard for fun this fall. So get the full lineup of Steel's equipment so the chores are out of the way so you can go out to play. Steel, available now at your Franklin True Value. Behind every good project is your Franklin True Value. And welcome back to the oil field. As the Oilers pick up a win over the Cash Eagles here tonight. Mr. Kirkwood's trying to talk to me when we're talking here, but it's good to see you. And let's go through this first half. Hi, Bill. Bill's up. Is it cold down there? You all right? Okay. All right. Just checking. Steve.
A dominating performance by Oil City, in all honesty. Really, again, looking at this team, if you're looking for a weakness, really the only weakness we've seen so far in 2 ball games is when they kick for an extra point. They've struggled with that, but they can go for 2. They're strong that way and get 2 that way. They run the ball well. We've seen them at times. They throw the ball very well. I think their quarterback is an accurate quarterback. I think sometimes he sees guys that might be a little too open for him, and he guns it when he might need to touch it. But he does throw it. He's got
beautiful throws.
He has some good throws. He knows where he's going. And the nice thing about it for him tonight, too, is he's got January point March to throw the ball. And that always helps a quarterback is when you can give him time to throw the ball. But, again, hats off to Oil City. It's a dominating ball club so far that we've seen.
Yep, Bill?
Well, the only question I have before we get into
Bill.
I know I heard that, but I'm going to say this. I dropped my papers. I want them all over the place. First of all, say hello to Larry Kirkwood. Nice to see him this evening. My only question, Steve and David and Bill, going into this is how Brady will be. Brady Crocker coming into the next ball game. If he went down late in the game, seemed to be okay, but that could be a big question mark coming into the next ball game for Oil City. But
yeah, I
dominated game.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm looking, kind of watching Oil City players and stuff. They all seem to be, happy. There doesn't seem to be any anxious looks about him coming back next week. So we're going to go on the assumption that.
Well, you're the 2-time District 10 champion team here. You just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing, and we talked about that.
Next man up.
The depth factor that they have. And now, granted, this isn't just anybody. This is an important cog of their offense and defense, particularly their defense. But I really, again, even with or with them, Bill, I don't see where they're weak offensively, defensively.
No, I don't think so either. They're so tough on the line of scrimmage also. But their defense right now is outstanding. They're really disciplined, and they know their jobs, really.
And they do it at a hyper-aggressive pace. I mean, it is. It's almost like, I don't know, Dave, what do you think? It's almost like it's a battle internally to tackle somebody.
Well, it's moving forward. They should be very excited and very pleased about tonight, but very excited about moving forward. That weaknesses, they're going to have to face somebody that's up to the task as far as to push them. I think they go as far as their offensive line takes them. I think defensively, all the way around, they're pretty sound. You might be able to throw on them. I do think that's a possibility. That if you go up against a really good throwing ball club, that they could have a little trouble there, perhaps. But they got to stay healthy. One thing to make a run is you got to have a lot of things go your way, and there's a little bit, I don't want to say luck involved, but you need good fortunes. And the healthier players, that's one of the biggest ones. So weather-wise, they're playing outside and it's going to get nasty, but they're a running ball club. They're okay that way. So, but they're going to need to take care of themselves.
Now you say that's the 23rd of October and it's 70 degrees.
Yes, but I know it won't be 70 even tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we're going to pack up before the rain does hit us tonight. So big thanks to all involved. What did you want to add?
No, I'm good.
So, guys, real quick, these the Oilers will play Saturday night, next Saturday, and it's either going to be against Meadville or Harbor Creek. That game gets played Monday night at Harbor Creek at 7 o'clock. That should be a good game.
It should be a good ball game. Not having seen Harbor Creek just based on their record, and we know Meadville. The big thing Harbor Creek's going to have to do is not let them get outside or let them use their speed. If they can control that, they'll have a good shot at winning.
I think Harbor Creek has some good speed too. I was watching a couple games, just partial, coming out of Erie, and they got a good team, believe me.
Yeah, they do. Again, that game Monday night's going to be great. It'll be a great matchup for the D-10 championship for the 4A division, next week.
Next Saturday.
Wow, crazy. For our entire crew, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Hey, we couldn't be doing this without these great sponsors, so a big thanks to Tim and Scott and everybody at Oil City High School, and a big thanks to these sponsors, Oil City Area Education Association. I want to thank Marsh Heating and Cooling. Thank you, Troy. 814-678-1101. By Pathways, your pathway to success. By the Blue and White Athletic Boosters. Additional sponsors tonight include Anderson Physical Therapy, Pennsylvania Hardwoods, Dr. Timothy Brooks, and your Franklin True Value Hardware. Have a great weekend, everybody, and congratulations to the Oilers.